comic books are an important contributing factor in many cases of juvenile.
Look, up in the sky!
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Holy, here we go again,
Hello and welcome to These Guys Have Issues, the podcast where we discuss current topics and issues within the comic book and geek community. I am your host, Carter Hutchison.
I'm your co-host, Huey V.
And I'm your special guest today, Nat Yance.
All right. And yeah, we have a really special episode for y'all. Kind of end of the year wrap up. But Nat, as you and I usually communicate through the miracle of the internet,
yeah, it's
as I will
unbelievable.
say, right now we have the miracle of like
the same
travel,
thing but closer.
Right? yeah. Nat is live and in studio with us, so all the way from sunny LA. So that's nice to have you here. So kind of want to do just a podcast wrapping up 2020, and most podcasts I listen to that around this time of year, they do a look backwards. You know, what was your favorite issues or movies or whatnot from 2020? From 2019. So instead of doing that, instead of a look back, we're going to do a look forward today and look at movies and TV shows and stuff within the geek and comic book like sphere that are coming out in 2020. Sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
All right. So as always, before we get into the meat of the podcast, here's a quick message from our Patreon. All of Grassroots Comics is funded through our Patreon, patreon.com/grassrootscomics. For as little as $1 a month, you can become part of the Grassroots Comics community, which includes many perks, such as having your name mentioned in this segment of every episode of the podcast, the ability to suggest topics of discussion for shows like These Guys Have Issues, access to the private Grassroots Comics subreddit, where members can continue discussions started on the podcast or start their own, behind-the-scenes access to the GRC studio, and early access to digitally released comics and Classic Cartoon Rewind. So it is the goal of all of us here at Grassroots Comics Productions that one day the Patreon is strong enough where we are able to produce the stories, artwork, and stop-motion animation shorts pitched and selected by the Grassroots Comics community. But the only way that becomes possible is with a strong Patreon. So if you feel that the entertainment value you receive from this podcast is at least worth 25 cents, then please become a Patreon contributor today, and with our powers combined, we can have all of our stories heard. All right, now let's get on with the rest of the show. And we're back, and we just want to give a special thanks to our patrons, Gil Diaz, Adam Finney, and Devin Hood. All right, so we're going to just I'm just going to spitfire these really, just kind of go through them, no particular order, not like release date or anything like that. And we'll kind of just say general thoughts and then kind of do a wrap-up thing at the end on what we think we're most excited about.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to start with mostly Marvel here. The New Mutants movie. So an X-Men movie will actually be coming out, but without the title X-Men in it, because we don't have that crazy rights thing anymore.
Right.
What are y'all excited about New Mutants? Have you seen the trailer at all for it? You know what I'm talking about?
As far as like trailers go, I've only really read a lot of stuff that's been going out. That's why I've been really reading a lot rather than watching things.
Right.
But I'm excited to see how like the X-Men or anything that's going to be going in that franchise. Just kind of excited to see how it's going to go going forward. It's kind of had like a bumpy ride for about
100%.
a good like decade and a half, and it's just.
And I think I saw the trailer like a year and a half ago, maybe.
Oh, really?
Like it was a long time ago, and Disney's been sitting on this, and like I think they did some reshoots and maybe some like re-edits and stuff. Okay,
Well, first, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I finished my thought.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
The first thing that I wanted to talk about was what I am more excited about for the movie than necessarily the characters or the storyline of it. What I appreciate about the Marvel aspirations, right, is that they're not trying to just pump out the same movie every time, which some might say they often do.
They do.
But what they at least tell us that they're trying to do is they're trying to accommodate other genres within the superhero.
100%.
Like, Guardians of the Galaxy was a space epic.
Yep.
Ant-Man was supposed to be the heist movie.
Supposed to be a heist movie.
Yeah, I know.
I never
and Edgar Wright
really,
left and all that.
Yeah.
And then New Mutants is supposed to be the horror movie.
That sounds awesome.
Right?
That's mostly a Fox idea from what I'm aware of.
Well, it's still
it started. Agreed. But Fox, especially with like Logan, has kind of been like, we've been doing this shit since like 2001.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, or like 2000 was
You'd
when
think
like
they
the
it was
X-Men
X-Men
handled
movie.
before. It was before.
Yeah, was X-Men first and then Spider-Man?
I think
Like-
it was.
It
Okay,
was
so X-Men in 2000,
pretty much,
and
as
then
far as
Spider-Man
like
in
the
01.
as far as like all the comic book movies ushering it
Now,
into
yes.
now, X-Men started that.
Agreed.
And we will come back to those original, at least the last of that original X-Men trilogy later in this podcast.
Oh, interesting.
So I have
Okay.
something to bring up. But I wanted to talk about the reshoots too. I don't know specifically what got reshot, but hearing that there were extensive reshoots between 2018 and 2020,
It's concerning.
2020,
Yeah.
we got to get used to that, I guess.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. So, like, that doesn't fill me with a whole lot of
Agreed.
optimism,
Counterpoint. Rogue One had a lot of reshoots.
and I did not like Rogue One.
Fuck you.
Well, I did not like the part.
I finished that today.
I did not like the part of Rogue One that clearly got reshot, which was all the Forrest Whitaker stuff.
Oh.
Because, like, his character had absolutely nothing to do with the story.
Lies!
No, clearly.
Deception!
Clearly it was supposed to. Clearly it was supposed. If you watch, too, there's one shot in there that didn't get mastered right.
Really?
Yeah, in the dungeon, or whatever his prison
Yeah.
scene is.
With like the mind flayer.
Prior to that,
Okay.
the guy's thrown into the cell right before that. Like, you can see it's actually not colored right.
Oh
It's
shit.
like one shot. Anyway.
It's so great.
No, it's fine. I don't care about
love
that.
that
I don't
movie
care about
so
that at
much,
all.
though, yeah.
No, but like
And Saul Guerrero is
it's
like a little,
very
like,
clear
tiny.
that he was supposed to be a bigger part of it, and then they basically neutered, just cut him off the knees, right? Because of whatever they did. I do not know the details.
Yeah.
I don't, but it's just clear to me. And like, I fucking love Forrest Whitaker. So like,
Yeah, but that's not gonna like the end result of the movie.
look, I could let it go,
love
man.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best one of the new ones that I've seen.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
will
easily.
go ahead and give
it
you
might be
that.
the best Star Wars movie.
It's not true at all. But anyway, so
Well,
the reshoots.
Empire.
Probably, man. Either
Probably.
Empire or New Hope.
Yeah.
The only reason I'd give you New Hope is that you need to see New Hope before Empire.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
sort of like why I think Toy Story 3 might be the best,
I-
but you have to see the other two first to get that emotional impact.
Another counterpoint. I think New Hope is more enjoyable if you watch Rogue One first, and almost if you treat them like the same movie, like Part 1, Part 2.
So you're putting them all in
I
chronological.
just
can't-
go straight
I
in
just
order.
can't fucking believe they made a CGI Peter Cushing, and
It works.
no, it doesn't. It looks terrible. And
I
all
watched
they-
it recently
dude,
with
literally
someone who
all
did
they
not
had to
know
do-
that he was dead.
Literally,
and
all they had to do.
It took her a very long time to
Okay,
figure that
well,
out.
that's her problem. That was
Yeah.
very rude of me, and I apologize. But no, but like all they had to do was have Peter Cushing's voice, or just an impersonator,
Mm-hmm.
do his voice over the computer communication system, and then it could play into whatever that admiral that goes crazy over the course of the
Krennic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the fact that
Literally, I
he's-
finished it today.
The
That's
fact that
why
he's
it's-
right the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and then his plans are completely undercut by an absent higher authority, is what could have driven him crazy.
Sure, but it's the bureaucracy of the Empire.
Exactly, and that could have been
Oh, I
much
see what
more
you're saying.
effective
Okay.
if they had not even tried to put in
So
a
put him
CGI.
as like a hologram or something like that?
No, just have him be a faceless voice.
Yeah.
which removes him even further from both the
Right, but in
audience and
Star
from
Wars, the
Krennic.
communication thing is usually like the little hologram figure the person pops up.
Sure.
And you could easily do that
Yeah,
with
of course.
CGI.
You could
and
literally just take footage
and
from
you
it
could get
and,
away with
like,
that.
Photoshop it. But anyway, so I digress. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about that later. So I don't like reshoots. I know there's plenty of movies where I have not even noticed there's reshoots.
Yeah.
So I am
And
willing
then
to
there's
give this one
Justice
the
League.
benefit. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. But that's just my take on this one. But I actually am
I'm excited
excited.
about it,
I'm excited
Yeah.
because I want it to be a good horror movie. And
Yeah.
mutants could be so
Yes.
fucking horrifying.
I think
in a good
Yeah,
way, not
Maisie
against
Williams is like a werewolf thing.
I think I remember
Sounds awesome.
watching it or watching the trailer.
Yeah.
a
And it
year and a
looks
half ago.
scary.
Now you think
Yeah.
about it, yeah, and it was like I didn't even realize that it was
Right.
the New Mutants when I was like when they were going through the trailer and everything. So I was just like, okay, so this
Yeah.
is going to be a Marvel project. This
Yeah.
is going to be real good.
Eventually.
Yeah,
you know?
well, we'll
Yeah.
see.
It'll-
I mean,
yeah.
they've been going through the whole negotiation
Right.
and takeover stuff for
I mean, it's-
however
it's,
long. We
it's
don't
all
even really know how long
finalized
it's
and
been,
everything,
yeah.
you know.
It's finally finalized,
Right.
so you can only imagine like what they were actually doing.
The details,
Yeah.
sure.
So
Sure.
I mean, it could be like smooth sailing at this point. It
But
might
I do
be.
kind of want to give Fox at least the credit for having the balls there. And I think that starts with Logan, where they're like, we've done this before, so let's kind of do like, what if there was a Western superhero movie? And
Yeah.
like, that's what Logan is.
Yeah, and I think that's great. That was my note here.
Yeah.
Just fucking,
Let's do
that
more.
sounds awesome.
I mean, they did a good job with that. It was like a really it was a really smart idea to just kind of change the pace.
Yep.
They were kind of like literally beating a dead horse with like
the other X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just trying to like make things canon for like 10 years, but try to make something new and kind of do something different.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what a studio would want.
Yeah, and it's just like
We want the same,
But
but more.
different. And different.
Yeah.
the fans don't want this.
No.
It's such a tricky thing, man. Like you gotta, like specifically Star Wars. You know, like it's still gotta like feel like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But you want it to like surprise you still, but not. And that's why I think the Mandalorian is so great.
That's why I think Kylo Ren's the best bad guy, pretty much like ever conceived.
Have you seen the new one, Rise of Skywalker?
No.
I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet either.
I just feel like Kylo Ren's.
Oh, he's the perfect meta-textual bad guy. He is what Star Wars fans are. He wants to be the old, but has to be the new, and he can't be the old.
Yeah.
That's exactly what people wanted of Star Wars, and it sucks.
I literally saw a meme with like Mickey Mouse being like, "See, this is what you fucking sound like."
Right.
But I will say, the direction that Kylo Ren, the character Kylo Ren was going, was way better than what like was given for Anakin Skywalker.
1000% disagree.
You disagree?
Yes, Anakin's the chosen one.
Well, I'm talking about as far as like the acting goes.
Oh, you mean Adam
okay.
Driver is better
Okay.
than Hayden Christensen?
Not as far as storyline
So
goes.
is my dog.
Okay, but Jake Lloyd though,
As far as
superstar.
Anakin Skywalker's like storyline goes,
Yes.
Perfect.
No, I was
But-
going more like 4, 5, and 6, where he's this fallen character, but he does eventually bring balance and redeems himself by killing the Emperor.
but it's like the actor was given a better thing. You can connect a whole lot better.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Totally.
was definitely given much more meat to work with. You're
It's
absolutely
just
right.
like
A lot of man meat in Last Jedi too.
Look,
How many shirtless Kylo Ren's?
I'm not
were
here
there,
to
you
complain
know?
about shirtless Kylo Ren.
I
Have
could
you
kinda-
seen that meme where he looks like he's a square? Like that's awesome.
I saw the movie where he looked like he was a square.
Right.
All right, let's move on here. Black Widow is the next one I have on my list. Overall, again, this is kind of a genre bending one here too. It's a spy movie that takes place within Marvel.
yeah, do something different.
Totally.
Like give us
And really, I just want to know what happened in Budapest.
Yeah.
Like this movie, if this movie doesn't cover what happened in Budapest,
Right.
then they failed. Like,
Missed
that's
out
pretty
on
much
it.
it. Yeah,
no,
pretty much it.
I think it's gonna be a really good movie.
Yeah, and long overdue.
Yeah.
She should have had it
Yeah.
a long, after Iron Man 2 probably.
But hey, look, sometimes you have to wait for like great things.
You have to wait for DC to do it first, and then
Yeah.
just saying.
No, you're right.
Right? Yeah.
I totally forgotten until I watched Iron Man 2 recently that's when she was introduced.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
I want one. No.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Don't we all,
they did a
Tony?
good job of setting up everything though.
Yeah.
As far as like the movies that were coming ahead.
I don't know how like necessary this movie is, but I'm glad that like just
It's
for
probably
Scarlett
not.
that she's getting it.
None of these movies are necessary.
I mean, you need like Infinity War before
No, but
like
I'm just being
Endgame
flippant here.
Well, yes,
But,
yeah,
like,
sure,
right.
right. But I mean, we live in the golden age of geekdom, so they're
Yeah.
going to make it. You know?
So my take on this is that it's a very low effort movie poster.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? You've seen it?
Is it
No,
the one
but
with
it's-
her?
Google it real quick.
Okay,
Is it the one with her kind of like?
Was it just a silhouette under the like Black Widow
Yeah.
thing? Like it's fine. It's minimalist.
But it is with the time though. It's supposed to be what like
I don't know. I don't know about when it's supposed to. I mean, it's supposed to be set with the 90s.
yeah.
But,
well,
like-
I guess no, that's not really like Soviet.
No, minimalism in like geekdom.
Okay.
It's
I kind of like it.
it's not.
I mean, yeah,
nothing to
my
it,
bar
man.
is so low for like movie posters now, though. Like,
well because it's not orange and blue.
and,
like everything from fucking
or the,
2012
like, red and blue as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
where there's like one central character, and then with like several other faces like looking in
Right.
opposite directions, and then
Yeah.
maybe like the bad guy looming in the back.
Right, like you look at fucking like
Any Star Wars poster,
right,
Yes.
or like Black Hawk,
Right.
or like not Black Hawk Down, but the one that came out like 5 or 10 years later that was supposedly a sequel. I forget what that one is. And then like fucking Fantastic Four movie, and then all basically
Fan Four Stick.
the Fan Four Stick movie.
Okay, all right. That just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. So like basically any action movie that you'd see lumped together at Best Buy.
Right.
Yes.
In a
They're
bundle.
all fucking blue and orange.
Yeah.
Because of the color wheel. And like, god damn it.
Well, I
We're
mean-
not all orange people.
Dude,
Right?
it's like that.
There's one thing.
It's like that South Park where it's like, Rob Schneider is a
Right.
carrot. Fuck you, you'll see it.
Right. But the other thing, it's very true. But the other thing, this is what I was going to bring back to the original X-Men trilogy. I don't know if you saw who was attached to write the Black Widow movie. David Hayter. Do you guys?
Did he write X3?
He wrote X3.
I knew just by the tone of your voice.
But
it's
do you
like,
guys know who
it's not
he
X2.
is?
Nah,
Do you guys play video games at all?
a little. Yeah.
Played any Metal Gear Solid games?
No.
He's the main voice actor
Oh,
of Snake.
Of Snake.
In Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
I
David
always know
Hayter.
that reference. All right.
He'll go up to anybody wearing a Metal Gear Solid shirt on the street and go, Otacon, we need to get to Alaska.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Which brings me to a little side note.
Okay.
The voice for Spike
Right.
is going to be at.
I remember you saying that. Yeah. From Cowboy Bebop, right? Where,
Oh, yeah.
were you
okay.
thinking Buffy?
No, I
Okay,
wasn't
because at
thinking.
first when you saw that,
I would want to meet him too.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
fucking love
yeah,
Buffy.
Piccolo. There we go.
Yeah, I think he might.
Bad
No
memories.
way.
He was Piccolo in the Dragon Ball movie.
No way.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to.
Was he really?
Yeah, Huey's having like a PTSD flashback. Here.
No, I didn't
right.
know that he played that character because he plays.
Big breakdown of the ego.
He plays Piccolo. He plays Zoro, which is one of my favorite anime characters.
Zorro.
Rono Zoro from One Piece.
Oh, okay.
He's a swordsman
Okay.
as well, and
was
he
like,
also plays All Might from My Hero Academia as well,
Word.
Oh, okay. Right on.
and a few characters on Monster or one of the main chief characters in Monster Hunter World.
Okay, yeah. That just came out, or
Earlier this year,
yeah, okay,
I haven't picked up that game in so long.
yeah.
Nah. All right. So
Yeah.
that's all. Anybody else got anything for Black
No,
Widow?
David Hayter.
Cool. Don't be a hater for David Hayter.
Uh,
All right, the next one I have is The Eternals. So I know next to nothing about this series. I know the Celestials created
It's Jack
the
Kirby,
Eternals.
man.
Right.
That's all you got.
Sure, just expect.
Know, yeah.
And the cast is fucking loaded with it.
I
though.
saw that.
Yeah.
Right.
Besides like Angelina Jolie and then Rob Stark, right?
Yeah, and Kumail, what's his name?
Let's see. Yeah. I'm not
Guy
gonna
from The
be able
Big
to
Sick,
pronounce
right?
that. Right.
Dude, he's so funny, and he got ripped for this role.
I mean,
Gemma
He also was
Chan,
like a,
Richard.
I think.
Madden.
No, it's a different guy. Never mind.
Salma Hayek,
Oh wow.
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he going to be Black Knight?
No, I hear Daniel Radcliffe. That's what I've been hearing.
Oh, are you sure?
I've been hearing Daniel Radcliffe.
He is listed as Dane Whitman, whoever that is.
I mean, I also
Again, I
don't
know
know anything about the
Nothing.
Eternals.
Yeah, nothing.
I was like reading the synopsis,
That-
like the backstory to them. It's like
that sounds
when the
familiar.
Celestials did their selective breeding program. It's just like
Sure.
the Kree and the Skrulls, and it's like this sounds like Jack Kirby,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's very
Yeah.
much Jack Kirby.
New Gods. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Continue.
It's just like it's so like he's such a there's such a dichotomy in that man. Like
Yeah.
his art is like fists in face,
Mm-hmm.
up close, because he was the only one who'd ever been in a fucking street fight in that whole company,
Fair.
right?
Okay.
But his ideas are like so far out of this fucking world.
Yeah.
You remember when we did the I'm sorry. You
No,
You're
go,
good.
please.
When we did the was it the what shows, Marvel shows? that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
liked to
yeah.
make? Dane Whitman is the Black Knight.
Okay. Great. I
Yeah.
really, like I said, I thought that was almost confirmed. But awesome. So you get your Black
I
Knight.
get my
not
Black
a,
Knight.
not a Black Knight TV show, but at least
But it's still gonna be in
it's
something.
Black Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so like,
And hey, they could spin off and give a Kit Harington show on the Disney app.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they just need to touch shows that they don't normally touch, and that's what they're doing now.
All
they
right.
just need to touch things that
Yeah.
they don't normally. Shut up.
All shows need touching, baby.
Well, that's why I was so excited to see like a
You say
Supergirl
that
show.
one, but you don't want to say the one that you almost did earlier.
Yeah, I will not. Okay, yeah. So I'm just kind of honestly, it feels a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, yeah, I've heard of this property, but like I have zero expectations walking in.
That's a good
Right.
thing.
Let's see if it's fun.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
agree.
about it.
That was
Right.
a great thing for people not to know
Yes.
what the Guardians of the Galaxy was for
Agreed.
to actually.
And even
like,
though what we got
arguably-
in Guardians is not really like
Yeah.
what the comics
No.
were,
But-
and they'll probably be the same for the Eternals. 'Cause there's
arguably one like
not
I'll
like
never know.
but there's not like a vocal like majority or like Twitter majority or something.
That's not
like,
my
well,
Eternals.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to be like, well, according to the 1970s.
It's because they haven't made anything.
Eternal
yet.
Mike shows up.
It's because they haven't made anything.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying they haven't made it yet. So those people haven't even come out.
Right. Yeah, they'll be around for the Eternals too. Yeah.
It wasn't until
because they always exist.
It wasn't until they like fucked up Deadpool until you actually heard so many people like outcry about Deadpool. For real.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of Deadpool, at least like the Deadpool memes and Deadpool merchandise fucking everywhere prior.
But
to
it was
years prior to the first movie.
But not until like not the
he was in the
talking
zeitgeist by that point. I would say.
Yeah,
I'm talking about as far as X-Men Origins, Wolverine Origins.
Okay, yeah, that's
God. I never watched that one.
You didn't realize how
No.
many. But you didn't realize how many people. There's always been. I was a big fan of Deadpool before that, but you just didn't realize how many people would have been outraged by that.
Yeah.
Until like it was done.
Yeah.
Until they really lobbied
take away
to
the
get,
mouth of the merc with a mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck was that about? Like it wasn't even the character.
So bad.
But that's why they lobbied to have Ryan Reynolds play that character because he did a perfect job. He did a great job in the movie.
Yeah,
it wasn't until
and he's
they
perfect
did that.
for the role.
Mm-hmm.
When they did the test footage that got leaked, he said in air quotes, which was totally them like feeling out how the population would handle it. Cool, yeah. So cautiously optimistic. All right, moving on to a little DC here, movies at least. Birds of Prey and the of Harley Quinn.
The fantabulous
Emancipation
of Harleen Quinn.
Is that?
I think it just says Harleen Quinn.
Oh, that bothers me.
But I think it's supposed to be about the duality of the character.
It's Harley Quinn.
Is it?
It's just Harley Quinn.
Because like that would have been so good though.
Right.
But is this going to be a Birds of Prey movie? Or is this going to be a Harley Quinn movie?
That's a good question. Now I hadn't.
We all know the answer to that.
Because when I
it's
saw
a Harley Quinn movie.
Honestly, I think it's just going to be about Renee Montoya.
Yeah, as the question.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
Well, my wife, when Karen told me about it, I was just like, because they were like Harley Quinn's in it. I was like, if Harley Quinn's going to be in this, is it actually going to be a Birds of Prey movie, or is it going to be a Harley Quinn movie? I did some.
And to me, it's not Birds of Prey without like Oracle, or like Huntress.
Well, the Huntress is going to be in it.
Huntress is going to be in it? That's awesome. I love
Helena Bertinelli.
Okay, cool.
Dude.
Cool. That's not my favorite version of Huntress, but I'll take it.
Black Canary's in it, but she's played by...
obviously not the one from the CW verse.
No.
Oh, no.
Smollett. What is her name?
Juicy Smollett?
No, it's Juicy Smollett.
It's his sister. Right? That's Juicy Smollett.
Okay.
But no, I'm talking about his sister.
Y'all saw that Dave Chappelle, right? You know what I'm talking about? Where he purposely mispronounces it.
No.
Oh, it's Juicy Smollett.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a great stand-up. You should check it out.
No, but it just doesn't feel like the Black Canary doesn't feel right. I mean, it's a lot of like some of it's race bending with the Black Canary and everything, but it's just doesn't feel right.
I do like that Renee Montoya's in it. I have heard that Ewan McGregor never puts on a black mask, though.
What?
That he's just like that gangster.
Journey Smollett, that's her name.
There we go.
Well, who do you think would be a good one to play Black Canary?
Black Canary?
Like, who would you cast?
Well, what I'm saying is she's going to be a bad person. I mean, anybody could be really good at the role depending on what they're good at. You know? But it's just when I saw the trailer, I didn't get Black Canary vibes from that. I don't know. Okay. It was kind of weird. The whole thing was just like everybody's kind of acting like Harley Quinn.
That sounds totally predictable.
Yeah. Like, it's just that everybody has to be like quirky and create there's like no seriousness in it.
Right.
I'm just like thanking my lucky stars though that it wasn't written by Chuck Dixon.
Really? What's your thing against Chuck Dixon?
What did Chuck Dixon do?
Well, he writes
a bunch of he wrote like a very long Robin run that was good.
Yeah,
and
Nightwing
like
his comics
really
started
and
really
Batgirl
good.
That was really good.
Yeah, well, he broke the bat. He wrote the.
He's leaning into that. I just want you to know that all this stuff is really good.
Right.
He wrote Nightfall, but then he went off the fucking rails, man. Like he went super conservative, and like and like he is not a good man.
Yeah,
he's a bad dude. Yeah, but like he's basically like he blames basically like liberal Hollywood for forcing him out of the job that he still has.
Maybe it was just you.
So like,
Okay.
I don't know what like direction he's coming from.
Right.
But like, I'm just glad that he's not got his grubby mitts all over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I love it when people blame liberal media for anything.
Or yeah.
It's never you.
Of course not.
It's never you
Right,
just be
yeah.
a fucking asshole.
It's never
Right, just-
anybody's
yeah.
opinion on you.
Right. You need to just ask, maybe I'm the asshole.
Yeah,
Fake
right.
news.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
All right.
Fuck
So
those children.
Right?
I don't have high expectations at all for Birds of Prey.
Man, I did, and then we had this talk.
All right. I think it's just going to be like a big not Hollister,
Hot Topic.
a big like Hot
Big Hot
Topic
Topic
commercial.
ad.
Yeah.
It was like the Black Veil Brides as the entire soundtrack.
Pretty much.
It just- But
That's- yeah.
you can look forward to all the ladies dressing up like Harley Quinn for
look.
another year.
And Margot Robbie is enough reason to go to see any movie. So
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of hers.
I saw a really good take on Suicide Squad that was like Margot Robbie design. Is it Robbie or Robbie?
Robbie.
Is Robbie? Okay. Like she deserves to have more camera time on her face than her ass because
Yes.
she's so good.
Yeah.
Like it's a really nice ass.
Why not both?
But like
Why not both?
it was
You would
apparently it
think
was so
that was, like, the
gratuitous
thing.
in Suicide Squad. I didn't see Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
I haven't seen it either.
I just hear it's like gratuitous Margot ass.
I mean, yeah, no more so than like oh god, what's her name? That was Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway, and
I mean, she's
Hers was covered up though. It was just really skin tight.
yeah. Well, I mean, you never
Yeah,
see
when-
Harley naked.
You never see Harley.
Unfortunately.
That really irritates me. It really irritates me that is the direction that they went with her costume, just to like sell that to ladies. And
I
it's
think
just
you
like,
kind of.
I don't think they were selling that to ladies, dude.
I
Well-
think you do have to like. Yeah, she can't be the jester costume for forever. And have y'all
Well,
seen
guys
the,
are gonna watch it regardless.
Have y'all seen the animated Harley show on DC?
The one Bruce Tim did.
I think he's producing
Gods and
it.
Monsters?
Yeah. No.
No?
It's they're like 15 minutes or so.
I've seen one of them.
It's
Is that the one
basically
that's on the
Deadpool.
Disney app? The
No,
one-
it's
No.
on the DC. It's on DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The DC.
It's
yeah, that's what I
extremely
meant.
violent
Yeah,
and
yeah.
extremely graphic. There's a lot of cursing.
I've seen one
Yeah.
episode.
They explain her costume evolution great in the first like 10 minutes.
Okay.
She starts in the jester, classic look, and then
Well, she gets more
she gets
emancipated.
arrested. Yeah. She gets arrested, and the Joker's like, I'll be there to bail you out, and shows her in the jail cell, and it's like, 3 months later, like 6 months later,
Yeah.
and like she realizes like he's not like fucking
Yeah.
coming for her pretty much, and so that's
She
her
knew what
like,
she was getting into when she jumped in that relationship.
yeah, but yeah,
He-
anyways,
he's kinda fake
that's
about
neither
it.
here nor there. So yeah, I guess I'll see it maybe on FX at some point.
Yeah, turn it on like doing dishes.
Right,
Like,
that seems like
It
an
might
FX
be a
movie.
sleeper. It might be really good.
Sure, and that would be great.
I love the idea of a
I'm
subtitle.
totally down for
Like, I just-
good comic book movies. I just
But
don't get the feeling
I,
here.
I don't have it either,
Yeah.
but I'm just want to be very optimistic for DC fans.
Yeah.
I hope it's like
altogether. 'Cause
amazing, like 2001 style art house, like fan fave.
You mean like 2001: A Space
Odyssey. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Where like
You're
it's
not
just
gonna get that.
Oh, I know, but
Okay.
let a man dream.
Just, all right.
It's just because like the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn is like what it tells me is I'm gonna get like a silent movie of amazing visuals,
that would be dope.
right?
won't-
Like
it won't be
fucking
silent.
Mothlight stuff, right? Like God,
There,
so
there
good.
might be, there will be amazing visuals, but I don't know. It definitely won't be silent.
right.
I think
All right.
amazing visuals kind of push great script and great
Yeah.
acting aside.
Honestly, my
nowadays.
biggest concern is I like Ewan McGregor a lot as an actor, and I think he could nail Black Mask, but like put him in the mask. Like if you can do Black Mana in an Aquaman movie, like anything should be on the table, right?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be afraid to put a
Yeah,
dude in
yeah.
a skull mask
Yeah.
when you can do that fucking stupid Black Mana like oval helmet thing.
Right.
You can
Football. He's Hey Arnold there under the sea. All right, moving along.
So good.
you can do anything. man.
yeah,
You can
exactly.
Literally do anything.
Yeah, just do it. Stop being afraid to be a comic movie.
If
Just
it
be a
worked
comic
on
book
Super
movie.
Friends, it'll work in your big budget movie.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
All right. Sticking with a super friend, Wonder Woman, 1984.
I think it's gonna be good.
Looks rad.
I hope
mean-
it's better than the first one.
Looks,
Do you think it was bad? Did you not like it?
You didn't like the first one?
Man, what's happening here?
I don't know either.
I'm asking legitimately. He's like, what's
No, I
wrong with you?
genuinely did not like the first one. I thought that it set up all these stakes that never really paid off for the most part. They kept undercutting who was going to be the real villain. They, like, none of the stuff that she did mattered in the slightest. I don't know, man.
Do you like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
You take Indiana Jones out of that movie, and it's the same thing. Nothing he did in that movie matters. The Nazis still get the Ark. They still open it on that island, and all their faces get melted off.
Yeah, I understand.
It doesn't make the movie any less good.
It's a better movie than Wonder Woman.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, there you go.
I'll give you 100%.
All right. It's clear, podcast.
I love how you're trying to make that point here.
Right, but you can't just say that because the character, like... And she kills the God of War.
Ares, yeah, that's fine, whatever, I don't care. It's a bad movie. I
don't
like
I would
that
expect
movie,
that of
man.
her.
I'll give you,
or Xena.
like, the third act being, like, you know, trash floating in the sky.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
None
seems
of it
to happen with a lot of...
It was just so fucking meandering. It was way too long. So
Love
what I
the
really
Themyscira stuff,
what I
though.
really
There was
hated
too much hype.
was there was a lot of hype. What I really hated was not actually her stuff. It was the supporting cast. So like they talk about
Including,
the dude with,
which one of the Chris's is that?
Chris Pine.
Chris
Okay,
Pine.
yeah.
You mean Bunny Mouth?
Look.
He looks like he's got a bunny mouth. Doesn't make him a bad actor. He's a fine actor. But he looks like a rabbit mouth.
Yeah, I like Chris Pine a lot.
I never noticed
Google
that.
him.
Yeah.
But like,
And Kirsten Dunst has baby teeth.
Yeah.
But,
That is
But no, so like they've got the guy who has PTSD and can't shoot, right?
Yeah,
That
shell
should
shock.
be an important storyline.
From World War I, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They never explain why he can suddenly shoot at the end.
He,
The guy who's nothing. The guy who's a Native American who's a war profiteer. Why is he a good guy? Like, right? And then the guy who left Hollywood because he was only getting racist stereotype parts. The only thing he does to progress the plot is play a racist stereotype to get into the Nazi party.
Yeah.
Like, none of the supporting cast does... Like, they're fine actors. They do what they're given with the role, right?
But that
But
No Man's Land scene.
It fucking sucks.
No,
no,
it's
not
great.
that. The
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't react quick enough.
Right?
The No Man's Land scene is good.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the movie is trash.
Respectfully disagree.
That's fine.
I'm
But
excited about 1984.
I wanted
That
it
costume
to be
looks
good
dope.
because Wonder Woman's one of my favorite superheroes, and she has been since I've been a little kid. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so excited for Cheetah to be in this one.
Oh, that's gonna
My
be
girlfriend's
Yeah,
an
we'll
archaeologist,
see how
so
how that
she's
even
really,
works.
really pumped.
I'm Kristen Wiig. I don't know really
Oh,
how
she's
that's gonna.
fantastic.
She's
Kristen
a great
Wiig is
actress.
pretty great, but I
She's
think
a great actress.
it's
But at the
just
same
taking her
time,
out
I
of
could
the
still kind of
element,
be her
though.
like, oh, you know, I'm Cheetah. That's isn't that
Well,
weird?
come on,
guys?
it's taking her out of her like element, so she's going to be forced to give you more.
Yeah, she's done some
an
serious
actress,
stuff.
you know?
You know, there was that movie where her and oh goodness,
What's
they were
that?
like twins. They were brothers. Her and Bill Hader. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyways, she's done serious stuff before.
She was in a movie with the recent movie, The Quiet Place. Those
Oh, was
No.
she in Quiet Place?
not Quiet Place. The one was that not her?
Bird Box? No, that was not her at
No,
all.
that's
Is
Sandra
that not
Bullock.
her in the movie with like they have to be quiet or the monsters were like?
That's Quiet Place, and I thought that
Well, there's
was
also Silence, right?
Blake Lively, wasn't it?
What's the one that had Stanley Tucci in it? There was a Netflix movie. I don't think it was a Netflix original, but
That was
Netflix
Bird
bought
Box.
it.
That was Bird
That was
Box.
No. I'm talking about the one called Silence, where there was like these bat things that would come and eat people, and there was like a cult at the end that cut out all their tongues.
Lord, nope.
Jesus, and that's on
No,
Netflix?
the cult cut out their own tongues, not Stanley Tucci's family's tongues.
Oh, gotcha.
Phrasing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
important.
Yeah. No, I'm not seeing it.
I
Anyways,
thought she was. I'm tripping.
we'll see how she handles like being a villain though, and I've yet to see like a Cheetah costume or anything.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah,
I
me
don't know
neither.
if she like actually physically, you know, takes on some Cheetah DNA or something
Yeah.
like that, or
I'm
what.
excited that Maxwell Lord's going to be in it.
Skeleton Twins. That was a movie I was thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope she murders Maxwell Lord in the movie. What?
Got a thing against him too?
No, but when I mentioned that to my girlfriend, she smiled, and I was like,
Ah.
well, okay,
All right.
I'm on board with this.
Okay, moving along here, and these next ones are just kind of in the geek realm. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Have y'all seen a trailer for this?
No, I haven't watched the trailer.
Paul Rudd?
I haven't seen the trailer yet. I've heard about it, but
Holy
I haven't
crap.
seen it.
I'm glad
it
that they're
looks
giving
good.
Egon his due
Yeah.
with what Harold Ramey's... when did he pass?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up.
He's the only one of the originals that's not going to be in it, right? Because he's dead.
Yes,
but like,
but no, the guy that's directing it is first of all, he's the son of the director from the first ones, so he calls himself the first Ghostbusters fan because he was on set and stuff for it.
That's
so,
what a pedigree!
He gets it, right?
I mean,
he's also the guy that made Juno.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
So he's gone around and made these like little indie movies and stuff, right? And
Juno
now
was
he
big
gets like
too for an indie movie.
totally, yeah. I mean, literally, you can drop that, and even if you're not like an indie movie person, you know Juno.
Even if you hate the Moldy Peaches.
I like them all.
I do too.
Right.
I do too. But I'm saying, like, even if you hate them, like, there's some respect there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you're good. But no, so it's got that going for it. It's got Mike from Stranger Things. Really just kind of being Mike from Stranger Things. Like, he's really the same character, but cool. And like the plot is that there's this town that is not on any kind of like fault lines or anything, but that has been shaking, and there's no reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and Mike is new to the town. Mike, I'm gonna keep calling him Mike,
right?
Because he's Mike from Stranger Things,
right?
From what I can gather, is he is new to the town, and like his grandfather or something lived there before, and like Ecto 1 or whatever is in their barn, and it looks cool. I am much more excited about this one than the Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters,
which I never saw.
It's not great.
I heard they use a bunch of stock jokes.
Yeah, not good, and also
that's
never
what they
like
were pushing. They were trying to push a bunch of funny women.
Which is fine.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But you gotta be
and Leslie
serious
Jones
about
would be
your
great
hype.
in
You
that.
just got to give them something to be funny with.
And like
Melissa
we live
McCarthy,
in such
she's
a
fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
We live in such a continuity aware like movie going populace now, mostly because of Marvel. You can't have like Bill Murray made a cameo in it, right?
Right.
But he's not his character from the first one.
That's hilarious.
So it's like, no, but where does this exist?
But does it have to exist anywhere?
In a continuity, yeah, dude. Yeah,
I feel like it does when it comes
you have to
to
at
like
least
if
acknowledge
you're
it.
using the name and like it has to be canon because it's
and they mentioned that there were Ghostbusters before. It's not like they were the first ones or something. So like
it's like
just
all these
where
it's like
is
all
this?
these new shows that have been well, not new shows, like remakes of new shows like Roseanne and Will and Grace.
Mad About You and all that.
Yeah, so like Will and Grace, they basically brushed over the fact that Grace was married and they had a kid and all that, and they're like, that never happened. Roseanne was carried out like when they brought it back, and they brought it back as if the end of the show never happened, where it was like the whole entire show of Roseanne was fabricated for Roseanne's memoirs.
Yeah.
So they basically just do all that stuff. You can't do that because they're actual fans, and I just think that kind of goes with the fans don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they said, Will and Grace. The fans don't want Will and Grace raising their kids. That's exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, progress the story.
Yeah.
That's usually what the fans
don't
want.
go back on it.
Yeah.
But
okay. Yeah, that's all I got to say about Ghostbusters. Anybody else got anything on Ghostbusters Afterlife?
No.
There's nothing that you can do to erase the last one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's what Fox tried to do with Days of Future Past. No way. It's already been made.
Well, I like Days of Future
No, I'm just saying
Past.
Days of Future Past was originally just supposed to erase the...
I kind of disagree with that, though, because
No,
it's
it's
X-Men
exactly what they were
and,
doing.
like,
Okay,
X-Men
let's
time
ask
travel
David
stuff.
Hayter.
Fucking name, man.
That's exactly what they were doing.
I know, I kind of like it, though. Like, it's a
it's
very DC-ish kind of
it's a
way of,
good
like,
idea.
we're going to
reset the
address...
universe.
We're going to address continuity with in-story MacGuffins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. 'Cause y'all had like a decade to fix that shit. You just
That's true.
You kept just throwing it in the fucking blender.
All right, but time travel.
I still
Fix
love
everything.
Marvel's,
Comic books.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know how Marvel does the reboot the universe thing, or really recontinue the universe. You know how they justify
just
that?
basically.
Well, with
It's a sliding timeline.
yeah, with
always.
Franklin. Franklin Richards.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the most powerful being in the whole universe. Because he's a mutant that was
From
the spawn of Reed and
1616,
Sue.
right?
That was the
no,
ultimate? It's 616. Yeah.
Well, he was from... We're talking about the one that becomes the bad guy, right?
No, from Hickman's run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his future self comes to like talk to him and all that. No, but the way that it is like, and in his closet in his bedroom, a child created universe, and it just turns out that like, and I don't think they actually address this in Hickman's run, but he's setting it up. That like, he's friends with all the superheroes because they come visit his dad a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
and he just always wants them to be around. So, like, in his mind, they always will be.
Okay.
And so everybody stays young.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, fucking Scott Summers can talk about somebody he dated 30 years ago and is a 26-year-old man.
Yeah, that's...
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a really good explanation, and it works.
Sure.
Like,
To me, it goes against what Marvel tries to do of being the, like, world outside your window. Like, that was their big, like, selling point against DC, right? Is that DC is in these, like,
I'm not
fictional
familiar with
cities
this.
and stuff. You know, fictional cities such as Gotham City.
Yeah, so
Metropolis.
like Marvel is a lot
supposed
more.
to be
Well, now I know what you're
rounded.
saying. Now,
Yeah.
Well,
like,
Marvel is,
and they don't really reset either, like DC does.
well, they're not resetting.
Yeah, but they
They're
kind of...
maintaining.
because it's set in like it's loosely set in the real world.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
You know, like you said, it's the world outside. So it's just like when the World Trade Centers got hit and and
Yeah.
Stan Lee did all those issues.
Right. Well, you
It's just-
have to address it.
Yeah.
Like, New York is such a part of, like, Spider-Man
Yes.
stories and stuff that you have to address.
You have like a more relatable feel with a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee's like big thing was he wants to make a superhero, but have him be a lot more relatable. So you have all these superpowers, but he might
Yeah.
be an alcoholic on his off time.
and
Yeah.
Peter has trouble paying rent. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see how, like, a kid wanting that to continue is, like, necessarily worse than a universe, than Superboy punching the universe in the face.
Punching the walls of reality.
Right,
and-
exactly.
Because you still want to kind of be in that realm, even though everything is
But he's
superpowers.
One makes
Franklin
sense.
Richards is us.
Sure, but one makes sense in the rules that it sets for itself,
Yeah.
whereas Marvel doesn't. Do you see what I'm saying?
I
And
suppose, but I just don't know. Well, this is my first time hearing the rules that it set for itself.
I feel like
but
they
I still
all kind
like
of
it.
set rules. It just kind of seems like
Sure.
people kind of go off.
I just
Different
wish
people write
DC
different
or Marvel
rules.
would just accept, like, some kind of, you know, where you can't act like all of this time that we've been telling Spider-Man stories since the 60s that this is actually, like, everything has happened
Yeah.
in, you know, a span of years for Peter.
I kind of
Like,
like
10
that.
years, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't
No.
make any goddamn sense at all.
Storylines
Right, but it's
are-
comic books.
Storylines
But yeah,
are obviously all over the place. I mean, people will make current comic books and it'll be placed in like the 60s or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to me, it's easier to explain through DC because of multiverse and
Yeah, of
because of the
course.
very
I
like
see what you're saying
nature
for
of
that, for
right.
sure.
Right.
They just in Marvel.
I like the idea
I
of the
love
innocence.
Marvel. Marvel just does have that problem with just having constant universes just going at one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just like,
And then
What-
a new number one.
yeah. It's like,
You know,
what
'cause we need
movie
to
are
sell.
you making? Like,
Yeah,
what
right.
what universe are you covering in these movies? Obviously,
And-
we know what universe they're covering, but it's like,
And this is more like business practices, but it bothers me how like Marvel will usually like start their numbering over again when like a new run starts. And like if that's the case, then like everything's a mini series at that point, right?
Right.
So why not just call it like, you know, okay, this is the Scott Campbell like 1 of 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Seems like they're kind of moving that way.
I wish
a
they
lot of
would.
stuff Tom
but you're
Kane's
talking about a lot of
to
their
do.
you're talking about a lot of their main side or their main lines too. I mean, they have like, what was it Battle World was a really good one. And you obviously have like the Civil War series.
Yeah.
You have what else? You have Fear Itself. Yeah,
But these are
A versus
mini
X.
stories, though. Like that,
Those are big
They
events,
clearly
yeah.
have the writer has a beginning and an end. They're not coming on to a book, you know, that already has 1,000 something issues to it, and then being like, okay, you know, how many Amazing Spider-Man number ones do y'all own?
Right. Yeah.
Like I know I have like
Yeah.
3
It
that
just
are from like different runs.
I do like to
Just
try to skirt
reinventing
that
the
by
wheel
doing
every
things
single
like
time they make a new one.
Do what?
They just reinvent the wheel every single time. It seems like.
Yeah, and again, that's what. And again, I know it's nitpicky and it's more just general business practice.
Yeah.
But I wish that they would just stick to actual numbering or just address that everything is a miniseries.
or be more hardline with the way that certain runs are characterized in like you have the Incredible Hulk, you got the new ones, the Immortal
Immortal,
Hulk, which
yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
like it's so good.
Again, there's another genre bending thing of
Exactly.
what if Hulk was a horror
so like
story.
if they made sure that those lines were separated, then the renumbering there would make a lot more sense,
That's fair.
right?
That's fair. Yeah.
So like, and that's all right with me.
'Cause-
We've got
but then
so
it's a
many
different title,
Spider-Man-
at least,
Exactly,
then.
exactly.
Well, I mean, you don't have to make like the Spectacular Spider-Man
Well, it's like
be
we
the
were
same
talking with,
number as the Amazing Spider-Man.
Exactly. It's like what you're talking about with Detective and
Yes,
Batman.
and Batman, right? Batman's the superhero book. Detective's the like.
Do that with Hulk.
Yeah.
Do that with Spectacular. Do that
Totally.
with Amazing.
Totally.
Do that with Peter Parker.
They were doing that with Spider-Man for a while, where there was like Peter Parker Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then did y'all ever see the book Spidey?
No.
That was great, and it was just like
haven't
you're
gotten to it.
when you think classic Spider-Man, that's what it was. Like just Peter's working for the Daily Bugle. He needs to take pictures. He's trying to date Mary Jane. Like it's just exactly if you just said to a kid Spider-Man, and he went to go grab a comic, that's what he would expect. He or she, or they. There we go.
Ah, inclusive.
Love it. That was a SNL joke. This past one, the Eddie Murphy one, Webster Dictionary said that announced that like "they" was their word of the year, and Che was like, as in they definitely don't want me to make a joke about this. Yep. All right. Okay, I'm moving on to Bloodshot. Do y'all even know what I'm talking about when I say this?
So,
but I didn't read it too much.
So Bloodshot is a Valiant Comics character. And all of Valiant, right? Yeah, is within the same shared universe. So this is kind of I don't know how much I'm expecting this movie to be good, but I think it's a big movie in that if this is successful, it opens the way for
more. Yes,
and to where, like, to me, if someone was to look at, like, just Bloodshot as a property and with, like, you know, name cachet and everything like that, it seems like a Netflix series.
Okay.
Right? Like Umbrella Academy or something.
Yeah.
That's where your, like, indie comic stories have been kind of, like, filtering
with
through.
room to breathe.
Sure. But now this is, like, big budget. You got a big star and Vin Diesel attached to it. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I was, like, reading about it. I was like, man, there's got to be some bit I can do about this. And I came up with one. So I came up with a bit. Right? So, like... and when I say I 100% mean my girlfriend, but I'm going to take credit for this.
Love it.
So we were reading about Bloodshot.
Age honor tradition.
Right. So we were reading about Bloodshot on Wikipedia, and it was like, yeah, he was some mercenary that got killed, and his whole family got killed.
Oh, Punisher.
Right. And the government brought him back with nanobots, and my girlfriend was like, just him? Not his family?
Oh, yeah. That is
and I was just like, did they run out of nanobots? Anyway, so that's my Bloodshot bit.
Right, okay. What, are we paying by the laser now?
Right.
Yeah.
How many nanobots can I get for $0.25?
That's fair.
They don't come cheap.
That's kind of an interesting idea, though. You could do like a Vision run where it's like a family book, you know? But they're all like nanobots. Like Tom King's Vision.
Yeah, I was about to say, they made a Vision book, but he's a family man.
Right, yeah, you do that. But
no, I understand.
And,
a
mercenary has to come home and wash the dishes.
Right. But when you first said it, I totally misunderstood. It was like, they could do like a Vision book like that. It's like, Carter.
Yeah, you mean the one Tom King like is still making his career off of?
If you have not read that, what are we doing here?
I actually haven't read it, but I know it's amazing. Yep. All right, moving along again to Morbius. The Living Vampire.
Yes.
Isn't that the full title?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Dr. Morbius, PhD, MD, DDS, DDM.
Ooh, some of those sound...
He's got to be a dentist. He's got fangs.
Fair.
That's my Morbius bit.
There it is.
There we go.
Might need to workshop that one a little more.
Do some wood shedding.
Right.
I'm excited about it.
Again, yeah, kind of cautiously optimistic.
What about Jared Leto in it?
You know, I think he's a great actor.
He's fantastic.
People need to get over the whole...
Joker thing?
Yeah. And, you know...
Don't define his career. By
No,
totally.
By 10 minutes of a movie?
I feel like
That's
he would
all
be the
he's
first
in.
one to be
But
like,
the problem-
please don't define your career.
The problem is that they advertised the movie as if that was going to be like a big, Joker movie. We've had so many Jokers that this is going to be the next person taking the mantle.
And I kind of agree that he should have been the villain for it. Have we talked about this?
I don't know if we talked
me,
about it,
the
but
problem
it was like
of
the bait and
the,
switch they did.
It is a bait and switch, 100%.
It was so stupid.
100%.
The problem with the Suicide Squad movie is that the stakes are too high at the end. Like, Suicide Squad shouldn't be saving the world from some, from the Enchantress,
Because they're just starting.
What is this,
That's
Task Force X?
That's not even how they started out. They started doing the small stuff, so why not make a movie?
Give me a heist movie, basically. Like, actually do that.
Just gritty and
the
dark.
plot I said was, this is after... BVS where Superman dies, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Amanda Waller discovers the Fortress of Solitude, and there's some weapon, some MacGuffin that's in there that they want to get. Mm-hmm. So she is getting her Suicide Squad together to go do that, to break into the Fortress of Solitude and steal it. Meanwhile, the Joker knows about it as well and is trying to get into it. So you have a like kind of Home Alone,
yeah,
but like race through the Fortress of Solitude.
But Jared Leto's Joker or a different Joker?
You could, well, yeah.
Because Jared Leto's Joker, I don't think would do well with that type of like storyline.
I mean, he's a gangster. To me, his problem is in the design. Like, I don't need the Joker to have damaged literally tattooed across his forehead. Yeah, like, we know
they were trying too hard on that one. They were trying to be too millennial.
Yeah,
they were trying to be too millennial with that.
Yeah, it's
what they would assume.
Yeah,
the choices are
for millennials.
Mm-hmm. It's 100%. That's
because you totally know what all millennials do.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Because we're definitely not a diverse group of people. When my girlfriend and her mother were at...
so are boomers.
Yeah. When my girlfriend and her
You're
mother...
like, no.
No, fuck them all. When they were... when my girlfriend and her mother were at Malibu Creek State Park one time, there was a dude dressed in all purple walking along, like, in the woods. Mm-hmm. And my girlfriend's mother was like, who's that fucking nerd? And Olivia was just like, that's Jared Leto, Mom.
Oh, my God.
And she was like, no. No.
That's amazing. So, yeah, I guess, bringing it back to Morbius
here. So how she
reacts
to seeing Jared Leto.
He's a fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd.
Nerd.
Fucking nerd.
Give me your lunch money, Jared.
Your rat in a box.
Probably push you down.
Yeah, right.
No, so, and again, this could be another genre-bending thing, too.
Yeah.
Give me a horror movie, right?
Matt Smith's going to be in it, apparently.
Cool.
I don't know what character he's going to play.
Musician?
No, the Doctor Who.
Oh, sweet.
Which one was he?
It looked like an Easter Island head, but with like a rooster.
Yeah, his hair was kind of all up here.
Oh,
so J.K. Simmons is going to be in it as
love
J. Jonah
J.K.
Jameson.
Simmons. I love J.K. Simmons.
Same. That's all.
Is Clancy Brown going to play a no-nonsense general that won't listen to common sense?
We can only hope. Yeah, no, that's basically all I'm saying. So, I don't know. Sounds cool. I would love to see a Blade like reference or something.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get it.
You should.
Right, but Blade is officially Marvel now, right?
And what is Morbius?
This is Sony doing their like this is in the Venom. This is in the Venom. So you know how they have the rights to Spidey's villains.
Yeah.
There's still hope with that being a thing.
Sure. Yeah, that it can eventually cross over or something too. Look, they'll just make a live action Spider-Verse movie at some point and be able to tie it all together.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
If we can get a
bring back
Crisis
Andrew,
TV show.
Yeah, bring back Andrew. That's a fucking miracle, by the way, that's even like a thing.
Yeah.
And that it's good. Crisis on Infinite Earths. With the CW shows.
Oh, I haven't even watched it
Dude,
yet.
it's just...
I hear that it's just nothing but crossover.
Yes, it's literally like, hey, were you any DC character ever on TV? Great, come on down.
Does it follow the plot of Crisis on Infinite Earths?
As well as it can.
Okay.
As well as it can within what CW is already kind of set up.
With them having so many shows like DC properties, that's a great idea to do it anyway.
Like in the Berlanti verse.
Well, no, they do.
It's just so many different things
they
going on.
Are loosely affiliated with, like Lucifer.
Right,
still pops up in it.
That's awesome.
And like
John Constantine was in
that same
few
one,
episodes of Arrow.
Mm-hmm. Same dude. And like literally the first scene is on Earth 66, which is the Batman 66 world. And it's Burt Ward walking a dog down the street, and the skies start turning red, and that's like the sign that the anti-monitor is coming.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Holy crimson skies of death!" And then it says "Crisis on Infinite Earths," and that's like just the first thing you see. Yeah, it's if that appeals to you,
then
it does.
Then this is for you. This is
totally for you. Does that just fill you with like what you need?
Yeah, totally. What you see the guy that was Knox, the reporter from the '89 Batman movie. You see him sitting on a bench in clearly Tim Burton's Batman. It's Earth 89. Yeah. It's wonderful. And there's a headline, a newspaper article saying Bruce Wayne marries Selena Kyle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Tom King may not be able to get there, but
CW
got it.
Look, man, CW is... There's been times that they kind of fall off at times.
Sure, it's TV.
But yeah, but they start off pretty strong. But
And-
right now they're really hitting it with
Yes.
that, if that's the case.
This is excellent. And, Flash has been their number one, viewed series again this year.
Because I
with
love
Batwoman
Arrow.
at number
The
2
first
this year,
seasons of
though.
Arrow I loved, but then it just
Agreed.
fell off.
It
Dude,
does.
Supergirl
Supergirl's
is
good,
great.
too. If
It's
you're
what I
like a
want out
hardcore
of
super-
Superman.
They're making the Lois and Clark show, right? With
Really?
with Tyler Hoechlin and they have a baby, so it's literally going to be like Kid Jonathan Kent, like the
Oh
run that
my
we kind
God.
of got
I
with
love
Tomasi
John
and stuff.
Kent.
Me too.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That sounds like a great idea.
I love Lois and
Not
Clark.
connected to the old Lois and Clark.
No. Yeah,
I love Lois and
'Cause
Clark
fuck Dean
because
Cain.
it's fuck Dean Cain.
Fuck
But
Dean Cain.
but fuck Dean Cain. But like the old Lois and Clark is so good because all I want out of 50% of my Superman is to just not the other 50% I want to be hopeful. I want to be he is what we aspire to be.
Right.
The other is because Superman's fucking silly.
Yeah, it is.
And I want
Sure.
it to be silly.
Right.
And so when
Yeah.
Lois misses a cab and Clark Kent looks at the cab and goes and
And it
just
brings it
inhales
back.
and the cab just shows up and the cab driver's like, "What the hey?"
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want out of
Yep.
Superman.
Well,
Yeah,
in
that's great.
2020, I don't think that's what you're going to get out of it.
Well, I
I
certainly
don't
didn't get it
know,
with Man
man.
of Steel.
No, I don't think you're going to be that kitschy. What the hey? I think you're probably gonna be
Yeah.
what the
Okay.
hell?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sure,
It's
sure.
going to be a lot
but,
more modern.
I just
That's
want it
what
to be
you're saying,
a
though.
reaction and then it's cool.
Right. Right.
It's going to be
And
good,
just
yeah.
can Jimmy Olsen just have a signal watch?
Yeah.
Right.
gotta, right.
Right. Just with
Yeah.
a frequency that only Superman can hear, and dogs.
Right.
Right. All
I
right,
do
where
have
were
one.
we?
I do
Morbius?
have
Is
one
that
thing.
where we were?
No. So we just got onto a thing. And this is the perfect time, Huey. If I had known you were going to be doing this, I would have brought you a present too. But I brought Carter a present to open on the podcast.
Okay.
It's somewhere in this mess I call a backpack.
right.
Apologies. I didn't even wrap it.
This is Golden Radio.
So yeah, right. Okay.
Right.
So here's what's going on. This
just
is
hit us with a
technically
curveball.
it's a $3 collector's item.
Ooh, shit.
But go ahead and open it if you want, because in 20 years it's not going to be a $4 collector's item.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, awesome.
Batman Returns
That's awesome.
trading
Tops.
cards.
Tops. That's awesome.
Don't open them shits. What's wrong with you?
I wanna see
Don't
them.
open them shits.
I want to see
What's
them.
wrong with you?
Is it from 1992?
Something like that, man. I don't know.
Holy shit.
There's a whole fucking tub of them.
91? Wow, yeah.
I'm telling you, it ain't going to get any.
Oh no, dude!
Not going to get any more valuable. There's too many of them on the market.
Yeah. I'll
But,
open it.
I
when
saw
Huey's
that
not
and I was
around
like,
to judge me. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, bud.
Of
Appreciate
course.
it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He's gonna open it as soon as we leave.
100%.
Off pod.
Fucking open
100%.
that.
Yeah. 100%.
You put it in a case.
Yeah.
Since we were just talking about the old Batman
Right,
movies, I was like,
right.
it's perfect time.
Got to.
Perfect time. Plus, I remembered it.
Yeah. That too. Yay. All right, cool. So, Morbius. Haven't really seen enough to kind of
I
judge
think it's
one
gonna
way or
be.
the
I
other.
think it's gonna be pretty good. I
Yeah,
just
I hope
really
so.
want there to be a really good, just all these things that just never been touched before. Just actually seeing the light of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Just don't give me
expectations.
what was that other movie they were talking about making black and silver? There was a black cat and silver sable team up movie.
Oh, Lord.
Don't give me that.
Why? I would. I
don't
told you I
know.
would like to have something Silver Sable.
I agree.
Separately, those things separately.
I just don't trust Sony to do this by themselves.
Oh,
Boy, I
God,
can't
no.
wait for my Hawk and Dove movie to come out.
Yeah.
Jesus. No thanks either on that.
You want to see that?
No,
That was
I
like
don't
the-
like Hawk and Dove on the Titan show.
Can't
That's
wait for my
least
Stormwatch
favorite.
TV show.
Yeah.
They were the focal
No.
point of the second episode of
Yeah.
Justice League Unlimited.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
But they were
it's like
so.
a fine.
But they were more
But isn't Dove a
like
dude in that? Right.
Yeah, they're both guys in that one.
Okay.
But-
In Titans, they're in a relationship and stuff too, and
in
well, it's a guy and a girl.
Well, no, I meant that's fine. I don't care about that.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I was just I had no idea that they would change it that drastically.
Yeah.
in Justice League Unlimited.
No, in the Titans live action show
Oh, okay.
on
Well,
DC streaming.
you gotta do a lot of things.
Dude,
to
that
make
show is
everybody
so
happy.
good.
I'm
By
pretty
the
sure
way,
it's really
I've
good.
heard from
season
you.
2 is just excellent. Yeah.
How's the,
Superboy? Superboy
This
and
is the one
Crypto.
with Deathstroke in it,
Come on,
right?
man.
The one with
Yeah,
Slade?
he's the villain. Yep. And his daughter show. It's great. Just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got Jericho in it.
Yeah. The son.
Yes.
Yes, is in flashbacks. something bad happened. It's
Well, I know what happened.
Something bad happened
To
right?
Jericho or just in general? Because I know what happens to Jericho.
Okay, yeah. What? Dick Grayson kills him, right?
Oh, no. Well, I'm talking
Spoiler.
about, like, him as a kid.
Cut it out.
Okay.
Cut it out.
Yeah, no. That, like, they tie it into Dick's obsession with Deathstroke the first time the Titans were together, and he uses Jericho as bait to get to Deathstroke, but it goes bad,
So
and that's
this is
how
gonna-
the Titans like
So this is
disband
going
the
to kind
first
of
time.
feel like, the 2003 Teen Titans show.
Oh, totally. If you like that show, you would like the live action.
Okay.
And really, you can maybe skip the first season.
Really?
Really?
I mean, it's not that great, and like,
I don't want to do that, man.
Okay.
I don't like that. I would rather watch the first season just to get
Go for it.
'cause,
I'm
I
Go for
like
it.
to. I can't do that.
go for
I
it.
hear that.
Karen tried to make me recap a whole season.
I just
of,
don't want you to, like-
Game of Thrones one time just to watch the first. Like, I was
That's
like,
not cool.
I was like, you don't like doing that. Why would
Right.
you make me do that?
Yeah,
What's wrong
right,
with you?
like-
It's
I just
different when
wanna
it's
watch
you,
it for
though.
my
Yeah.
life.
Okay, moving along here. I've got two quick video game movies here that we can talk about shortly.
Oh God.
Yeah, the first one is a lot of groans. Sonic the Hedgehog. This is gonna be bad, right?
I
So, like,
mean,
I don't
how
know.
bad
I don't know.
is this gonna be?
I
know.
am very upset that they fired the entire motion graphics team after
Really?
working so hard. No, not the original motion. Have you not heard what happened?
Yeah. When they
Yeah.
put out the first thing and everyone like flipped their
Yeah, and so the second one worked like 7 days a week, 17-hour days, and then the production studio that had subcontracted that motion graphics studio fired them all. And it fucking folded.
You did your job.
Yeah,
Just-
it went under.
I will say Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik sounds
Oh, good, though.
that
Perfect.
sounds awesome.
Great
He
idea.
looks
Yeah.
great in the movie. It looks like he's gonna be the saving grace.
James
of the movie.
Marston.
No way. Is
I
he
can't
in
even
it?
believe it's him, dude.
Tom Wachowski. That's the name of his character.
There's never been like a human buddy like Sonic team in any of the games.
Well, look, just like with the Pikachu
Just in the
movie,
show.
right? You have to.
Yeah.
Really, just in the show.
I just
like the
wanted to have his
cartoon.
chili dogs, man. Remember?
You and John Cougar Mellencamp,
Sucking on chili dogs.
right?
But one of the hardest working guys in the world, James Marston.
Right?
The superstar that
The
is James
superstar.
That's a podcast joke. One of our first episodes, we were pitching shows for a DC streaming app, right? Mm-hmm. And I suggested James Marston as like Green Lantern, I think maybe in like a High Traveling Heroes was the storyline I was pitching, like do like a
Yeah.
miniseries of that.
Yeah.
And Mike was like, James Marston's too big to, and I was like, what the fuck else is he doing, man? Like,
He ain't Cyclops anymore.
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
I was
and
like,
he's,
I
he's
haven't-
getting completely cut from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
So, like, what
He's
else
no
is
longer
he doing?
dating, what's her name in 30 Rock?
Sure.
Liz.
Like, I don't even know
Lemon.
this.
If
That's
they make-
why, that's how little it matters.
If they make a Sex Drive 2,
Again, he's not busy. Like, you can.
he's got all the time
Yeah.
in the world.
Look, I don't want to talk about the stage productions he's in.
Right. If you called him up and said, "Hey, do you want to be green? You want to be the lead on a Green Lantern, Green Arrow
Oh,
show?"
he would
And
be-
he's just like,
Dick
I get
too.
Kilowog.
Right. It's basically Easy Rider. Is kind of
Oh, right, right,
yeah. But
he'd be an
He'd
asshole
still
to,
demand
like,
Kilowog.
yeah,
to say no.
yeah,
Just be like,
exactly.
"Ugh, this
No,
is
I'm too big.
I don't do
Right.
comic book movies.
If only
anymore."
Mike was his agent. James
Right.
Marston does not work for peanuts. All right.
How many times do you get to call someone a poozer?
Oh, that's great. That's great. Or get like cuckolded by Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough about Sonic. We don't really need to spend too much time.
I
here.
mean, you just pulled up the other good part about
We've
Sonic.
literally just talked about that for like a
That
month.
Ben Schwartz is going to be Sonic.
Ben Schwartz is the
John Ralphio.
Yep, that's good. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other video game movie that I am cautiously excited for is Uncharted.
I didn't realize they already made
Yes.
4 of them. They're the Uncharted video games.
Right.
Those are just movies.
Those are movies.
That's what
Agree
I
with
was
you?
going to say. That
Yeah.
There's certain games, okay,
Yeah.
as a gamer, there's certain games that you don't have to touch.
But you could.
Uncharted is literally one of those movies. And since you already have a series of Tomb Raider movies, there's literally no
That
reason.
are, but those aren't like that great though, right? Like
Damn, but you already have them though.
I'm hoping this is modern Indiana Jones.
And
You know who is
have you ever played
Drake or whatever? Like, oh yeah, I've played the games, and that's why I'm
It
excited
is.
about
Yeah,
this.
But-
It's exactly that.
as a gamer, with gamer movies, they just have this. We always talk about continuity. It's easier to match continuity with like comic books than it is with video games.
Sure.
Not everybody has the same experience with games. Not everybody's gonna do the same exact things. You're gonna read the exact same things with comic books. So a lot of the magic that you capture with like playing Uncharted, for example, you're not gonna get that in the movie. You're not gonna get like a GTA 5 if they made GTA 5 into a movie.
Oh yeah,
you're definitely not gonna get that.
But counterpoint, like, what if you got some great crime director a Grand Theft Auto movie and just said like, just here's the title and like maybe a loose like character outline on one of the games or something. Like, say you got like the John Wick guy or something.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, some what was the guy that made a Joker movie? You know, he's basically a Martin Scorsese ripoff, so why not do him?
Jeff something?
Yeah, Phillips.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of personality that comes out of like the main characters that are like Saul and Drake and all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even like in the recent game, you get in touch with his brother and everything, so you find out about like past and everything.
Yeah.
That's just so much.
Well, you don't have to do all that.
You don't
though.
have to do all
Right.
that, but I'm just saying it's just so much.
Just give me an action adventure movie with
I just
a
don't think
cool
it's-
MacGuffin and like.
There's been so many comic book movies that have just been kind of like you would think it's an easy thing to touch.
Yeah, this seems like a layup.
Like
It's
Prince
been-
of Persia should translate well.
It should be.
It does
Yeah.
not.
But it was so terrible.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
horrible.
But I think this like
Even the Tomb Raider
But there's
movies
not
can't
a-
really like. They don't really do well.
no, agreed, and you can tell the like video gaming parts. You know.
Yeah.
2 reasons I'm excited for it. One, the director. Let's see his name. The director is a Travis Knight. He directed Kubo and the Two Strings,
Oh, I love that
which
movie.
is a great movie.
I love
yeah.
that movie.
Yep, awesome movie. And
It's a
then the
great
guy
movie.
playing Drake is Tom Holland.
Oh, wow.
That sounds good, right?
I can't believe Tom Holland's playing Nathan Drake.
Yeah, dude.
So this
He
must
must
be a
have beefed
young
up like
Nathan
crazy.
Drake.
Tom
Holland.
Yeah, man.
Spider-Man.
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 Hey, everybody, I'm Spider-Man. What's up?
I don't know, man. I love
Hey, I'm
Tom Holland.
Nathan Drake.
I don't think that's. I don't know.
What?
That doesn't sound like
Tom
a really-
Holland's what, 23?
He doesn't look.
How old
like,
do you think Nathan? How old is Nathan Drake in your head, Cam?
Nathan Drake's probably like closer to 30.
I was thinking 30.
I would say like
Closer to 30 and 23.
maybe
Especially
28.
in 4. In Uncharted 4 at least, when
Sure,
he's
but
like
we're
married
talking
to
like
what's her
3.
name.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah,
talking
but
3 games into a series.
Listen, I just want a movie where they play Crash Bandicoot and I get to play Crash Bandicoot with them. Right?
and Marky Mark is Sully. I kind of like that.
I just don't like him.
Oh, that's fair.
He's a fine actor. I
That's
just
fair.
don't like him.
Yeah.
You don't like.
Marky
Mark.
Mark. Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him in The Departed.
Yeah, he's
where
great.
he just shows up,
great in
curses,
The Departed, yeah.
leaves, and then kills Matt Damon at the end. Right?
Spoiler alert.
Nah, whatever. If you haven't
It's a
seen that movie
great
by now,
movie.
then like,
It's so
fuck
good.
you.
That's a movie
Yeah.
where like everybody just starts shooting each other in the head. Like
And they're
Yeah.
looking for Leonardo
That's-
DiCaprio,
yeah, the
Matt
last, like,
Damon,
3
or
fucking
moles.
minutes.
the last 3 minutes, just like elevator opens, get shot in the head.
But like he's got some of the best lines in it, I feel the same way about FBI agents. Like I do mushrooms, you feed them shit and keep them in the dock.
Yeah.
Or when the sting goes wrong because the video camera angles, and the guy's like, he's like, well, who the fuck are you? And Mark Wahlberg's like, I'm the guy who did his job. You must be the other guy. Just good stuff. Good stuff.
you put him in that right role. He's
Oh,
amazing.
totally.
He's
And that's
amazing.
exactly what it is. In the right role.
I don't know about
he's good.
Saul though.
Yeah.
These.
Wait, he's gonna be Saul?
Did you say?
Sullivan. Victor Sullivan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sully.
Sully. Is it Saul? Sully.
Yep.
But I
I
don't
knew
know
he
about
meant-
Tom. I don't know about Tom Holland.
Oh,
as
AV
making
Arad
it.
is producing it. That normally, I'm not too big.
I just don't know about Tom Holland playing Drake. I just think they need a little bit more of a taller.
I can see it though.
Talking. I mean, you put
I
him
can
in
see
the role
it.
if he does it
And you know,
very
they
well.
want to make some fucking money, so like they'll probably make some fucking money with Tom
Yeah.
Holland, right?
What is it? Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson playing Batman? Is he still doing that?
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
But
I actually
there's so
think that
many
will be
people with,
great.
like-
And as soon as the movie Tenet comes out, I think people will change their mind.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
I think he's a fine actor.
Oh, he's a fun actor.
As soon as I saw him in that interview where he's high as fuck, talking, like asking them not to talk about Twilight, I was like, I'm on board with this dude.
Okay, cool.
He hated that movie.
I'm gonna need
Exactly.
I'm gonna need a link to that.
great.
Yeah, cool.
Don't
So
ask
yeah,
me
that's
about
really.
that
There's
fucking
not too
movie.
much
Right?
details about
He's like,
Uncharted,
"Fuck,
but that's
man."
Look.
the Kubo and Two Strings director. That's really almost enough for me. And then you add Tom Holland on that, like before you had my interest, but now you've got my attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, but it's like
I mean, if any game can be translated into movie,
Exactly. And there's a massively successful franchise already that's basically this, just not modernized.
Yeah.
So modernize Indiana Jones. Let's see how that works, and that's an Uncharted movie.
Now, if they did a Red Dead Redemption movie,
Oh, that would be awesome.
oh, it'd be amazing.
Give me the Coen brothers on that
That's
yesterday.
literally that's literally a premise.
Just give me Tim Blake Nelson.
That is a premise for a movie that just seemingly can't go wrong.
Yeah, or James Mangold. I would take him too. He made 3:10 to Yuma and
Yeah.
and Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You just can't go wrong with something like that.
Yep.
Why can't they just give me that?
right. Just give me the things I want. Hollywood.
Just give me the one. Give me the things I
Give
want.
me the things
I'm sorry.
you
I'm sorry.
think I want.
Please,
Yeah, for
please
real.
give me the things I want.
No.
I did give you what you wanted.
I gave you movies. Grovel before me.
I gave you 10 Spider-Man movies. That's what you wanted.
Ah,
Right.
Jesus. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Let's take a trip down memory lane here to the danger zone, because we're talking about Top Gun, Maverick. Yeah, they're making a Top Gun sequel.
Or just today, I did the "It's too close for
We're
missiles."
barely not. Oh, really?
What do you
Really
feel
not excited about this.
about like sequels that just kind of happen like decades after the movies?
It
It's a
depends.
cynical cash grab.
It definitely is.
It
Sure.
doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good movie.
Right.
Do you think there's like
Yeah.
It can happen. It
Creed.
certainly can.
Creed.
Yeah.
oh, but come on though. I mean, like the whole entire franchise up until that point has been nothing but a cash grab. After like what the second movie,
I think the Rocky Balboa
Second-
movie is good too, where there's
Okay,
like
yeah.
the computer program.
but that
I never
that-
saw that one.
Yeah.
But the Rocky Balboa movie was like within the last few years, wasn't it?
But it was still Sylvester Stallone in the
But we're-
lead,
but we're
and not
talking
like
about, like-
handing it off.
But around the time they were still just kind of pushing out Rocky movies, like they were pushing out.
No, there had been a big gap between, 4? All right, so there's the first one, there's the second one.
But around
there's
that time,
Mr.
they were
T,
all-
there's the Russian.
they were all
and then there's
cash
the one
grabs,
with the
though.
kid.
But after that, they did become cash grabs just for the sake of making a Rocky movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky 4 is a cash grab because everybody was afraid of the Russians. So they
Well,
just made
yeah.
up a Russian name and gave him
But-
red trunks.
Creed was literally just
And it was
like
great.
making that was
Yeah,
like
right.
it's true. That was like making something with substance, though.
Yeah.
Trying to take away from what they had beforehand, and then you just kind of make it. But it was a different story
A good
too.
example, I think, would be them doing like a Coming to America 2. Which, like, as much as I love Eddie Murphy, that's a
Right.
thing that's
I really,
happening.
but they're
As much as I
taking
love
that
Eddie
seriously.
Murphy,
though. But they're taking it seriously.
Agreed, but it sounds a lot like, and Eddie Murphy was talking on SNL about how he's still having kids, right?
Yeah.
And so now all those kids need to go to college. That's what it feels like. Is like Eddie had another kid,
Oh,
and we need to
no.
pay for college. So let's
Do another movie?
do Coming to America
But-
too.
Right,
I
right.
think it's such a lobbied movie, though. People want that.
Top Gun.
No, I totally agree that
Right, yeah.
people are going to go and watch it.
Oh yeah. Fucking call Kenny Loggins, man, because we're going into the danger zone.
God, that's such a nice movie.
I'm excited for it, and the trailer looks great.
I
The
this is the
trailer
first time
looks
hearing of
fucking
it. so-
What was the
Awesome, man. Watch
movie
the
that they
trailer.
redid? Not redid, but I think it was like a sequel. Or no, it was a remake. Twin Peaks?
Okay.
Didn't they
They
redo
Yeah.
did a
Twin
season
Peaks?
3. They did season 3 of Twin Peaks.
No, like the movie. There's a movie Twin
I'm
Peaks,
not
right?
familiar
There,
But they-
no, there's Fire Walk with Me,
Mhm.
right, which is the movie,
Mhm.
I believe.
But I
And
feel like
then-
they just remade like something.
Yeah, there's a 1990 Twin Peaks, and then there's a 2017.
Yes.
That's the third season, right? Or is
Let's
this
go-
a movie?
These are movies.
Are we sure?
This
is the first time hearing about
TV series.
Oh, it's a TV series.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought it was a movie.
But
No,
still,
there is a movie. There's a Twin Peaks movie, Fire Walk with Me.
Okay, but I thought they remade like the movie.
No,
Yeah.
they filmed part of season 3 of Twin Peaks right by my apartment.
Oh, nice.
I was not there yet,
Oh.
but it's right by the apartment I was gonna have.
Oh.
Actually, it's funny. Did you see Ford versus Ferrari?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
There's a shot where
It looks
it's
pretty
like
good.
Hollywood
Yeah,
in
it
the
looks
60s, and you see the Hollywood sign up in the hills, right? And it's like an old style street. The car's coming right towards the camera.
Mm-hmm.
They photoshopped, or they just chopped in the Hollywood sign on those hills, because those hills are right above my apartment, and I live in
Nice.
Glendale, not Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's like literally my Trader Joe's is camera right, like just off that shot. And like my friend showed it to me. He's like, "Do you recognize that?" I was like, "It says Hollywood." He's like, "No, you idiot, you live there."
For me and Karen, when we did, we were extras in the Jackie Robinson movie, the 42
nice.
with Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah.
and it had it at the baseball fields.
Was that at
downtown.
Rickwood or what?
It was, I think it was at Rickwood, and it was another one down there too.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was basically the same thing. We're basically like a whole week in this one area, but they have like green screens, like
just
chroma
massive?
casts, like everywhere.
Yeah.
So like they can just change all of the signs and everything.
That's so cool though.
It was pretty dope.
We
It was
live
a
in the
long
future.
thing.
Right.
I would never do that type of like extra work ever again.
No.
There are people who make a living out of
There's
it.
people
Yeah,
that make
totally.
a living. I met a girl when I was working at Moonshine, this bar that I worked at. She was coming into town real quick. She was going down to Louisiana to do some stuff, and I was like, I did something when I was a little bit younger, but it was just a lot to do, and it just didn't really feel like the money was worth it. Just because we did that one project. Now, if we were doing like a whole bunch of bigger things,
Yeah.
I mean, and Chadwick Boseman was just starting out
Nice.
too.
Nice.
This is like early in his career.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like before he did all the other biopic movies.
But no, so Jennifer Connelly's going to be in it. Love her.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer's coming back as Iceman.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to do that though.
You have to.
Yeah.
You can't make it. You just can't do
Right.
that.
Right.
There's some movies that just you can't touch the cast.
And the director is the same guy that did Oblivion. Did you ever see that with Tom Cruise?
No, I saw Edge of Tomorrow, which was good.
Okay. Oblivion's not bad.
Yeah.
And visually stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. So,
What was Oblivion about again?
It was like one of those like after Earth things. Like
Okay.
most people are off Earth, but he's here, and I think he like finds drones and repairs them and stuff. But he's all into like, to him, old culture, which to us is like modern. So he's fixing something like outside of like Yankee Stadium or whatnot,
yeah.
and he goes, picture it's like a totally classic story.
So he's
Yeah.
a human Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited to watch the trailer.
Okay.
And you'll get excited.
Okay.
Promise.
Of course, the trailer's going to look beautiful, especially
Yes.
this time and day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
And Tom, dude, say what you want about Tom Cruise. I respect the shit out of him as far as like doing your own stunts and everything. And like,
Yeah.
he's a crazy person, and that like feeds into his doing his own
Yeah.
stunts. But dude, kudos to him. Nobody runs like Tom Cruise. I'll be there for some Tom Cruise.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
more believable if you do most of your stunts.
Yeah,
rather
it looks
than-
great. It looks great. So this is another one that I don't think I prepped y'all on at all, but The King's Man.
Oh, I'm
know anything
actually
about
really
this one.
excited
I'm
about
excited
it.
about
Though.
this
I'm
too.
really excited about it because you already have like 2 Kingsman movies.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a history.
Yes, this
I
is a
see.
prequel. Yes, this
Tell
is
me
the
what's
first
going
one.
on. Tell me what happened, how we got to this point. Tell me how this whole entire agency
Yep.
started. I would love to see that.
Ray Fiennes is the lead. That's awesome anyways. And Matthew Vaughn coming back. And Matthew Vaughn's just the shit. Like, he's almost to the point where, like, I might just see anything he does. Like, he's one of those guys.
It
Yeah.
looks just. It doesn't look like the first 2 Kingsmen. That's the thing that's gonna
Aaron
get
Taylor
got me.
Johnson.
They looks nothing like it, and I think the
I
trailer
love that,
starts
though.
out
Matthew
like
Good.
they're basically taking this new recruit to what to be like the Taylor place that they go to,
Right.
and it just starts there, and
Nice.
it's
As a
amazing.
collection of history's worst tyrants and criminal masterminds gather to plot a war to wipe out millions, one man must race against time to stop them. If that doesn't make you want to see it, y'all know who Reese Ifans? I'm probably mispronouncing that, but he was the lizard in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Okay,
He's in a bunch of stuff. He's one of those guys that like you
Right.
would recognize his
Yeah,
face, but not really be able to. He's playing Rasputin.
Nice.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like Alan Moore wrote this.
Right.
Did you ever go to the? I don't know if it's,
and wasn't grumpy about it.
right. I don't know if did you? What was two things? So like, do you ever hear him on the phone talking? Or no, there's a thing. Do you ever listen to BBC's Chain Reaction?
Mm-mm.
So Chain Reaction is a talk show. A celebrity will interview their favorite celebrity one week, and then whoever got interviewed the next week they'll interview their favorite celebrity. It's really
Chain
good.
Reaction. That makes a lot of sense.
And so
I like
my
that.
favorite episode is from the comedian Stuart Lee, who's like my favorite stand-up, interviewing Alan Moore because he's a big comic book fan. And Alan Moore is
your favorite.
Alan Moore is so fucking good in interviews, man. Yeah, like he's so funny and like lively.
He's like, how is that even your?
Right.
I know, right? But like, still, so like,
I just picture him like rolling the stone out from his cave.
Actually, his favorite comic book writer is Peter David, but he wanted the chance to talk to Alan Moore.
Yeah, that's
who
fair.
gets that?
Yeah, true.
Right,
true.
but like, so anyway, he's talking to Alan Moore, and Alan Moore is just like telling the story about how he's like, I don't want any of this money. Don't give me any of the money from the movies. And then they're like showing him the check that he's going to get for the second movie, and he's like, I said no. And he's just like pretending to sob. He's like, I have my principles. And he's just like, and it got harder and harder to explain to my wife
why we're not taking this money.
It's like, and he's such a down-to-earth person, and you're just like, I thought you were a wizard.
Me. No, yeah, he's like into chaos magic and stuff too, right?
No,
like,
but he's like explaining it like he's like, this is the thing I do, and like he's just words have power. And he's like, when he talks about it, you're like, yeah, I get that. And then you're like, no, snap out of it, Nat.
And then you hear Grant Morrison talk about it.
Right.
Like, oh,
you're
wait.
Like, well, he's like trying to heal his cat in the back of the fucking taxi, and you're like, that poor taxi driver.
You summoned John Lennon and, wrote another Beatles song?
Yeah.
All right.
What? No, there was another.
That's a story.
The
oh my god!
What was I just about to say? I don't mean
Alan
Moore, Kingsman. It doesn't matter.
That right.
It's gonna be a great movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited about it.
And to me, what's fun about these is that like you may not know this, but I'm a massive James Bond fan.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Oh,
would never have thought.
News to me.
Yeah. I like that these do a good job of straddling the fine line that like Roger Moore did. That it's not quite Austin Powers ridiculousness, but it's fun still. You can have sharks with freaking laser beams on their head.
You can take it seriously,
totally,
though.
and 100%. Yeah, but it's still fun. It's not like the somewhat dourness of the Daniel Craig movies.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at the spider in Dr. No, right? Like, he puts the tarantula in the bed. Not the tarantula, but...
I love that the music
like it's so good. But, like, that's silly. Like, no one would kill somebody...
That's how it's straight out of the book.
No, but it's like nobody would kill somebody that way with, like, a spider, but, like, it's handled like with aplomb and like dignity. Like it's good.
There's a part too where you can clearly
exactly
see
what
the
you were
glass.
saying. Like you can take it seriously.
You can clearly see the glass over Sean Connery.
Oh, that's hilarious!
Too,
I never even noticed that. It's
yeah.
been years since I've seen it, but like
it's good.
I was just using that to prove the point. It's like yes, you're absolutely right. You can do sharks with laser beams in your head and give it gravitas.
I mean, they basically did do their version in the first Kingsman movie. They did their version of laser beam or freaking sharks with laser beams on heads. The very end when the heads exploded.
That's right.
With the chips in the back of the neck, and every head was exploding to like every beat of the music.
That's awesome. Yeah,
it's like
right.
And yes, the jokes aren't quite as like. I won't call Roger Moore's subtle because they're not subtle.
I wouldn't accuse him of being subtle.
But they're more raunchy in Kingsman, but that's probably more just like a sign of the times.
Oh yeah, she was just
like there's an anal joke right here at the beginning, whereas like Roger Moore would be like keeping the British end up, sir. You know, like it's just that's a slight.
It's also indicative of time too.
Agreed.
You don't have to be a subtle with us. You know.
Yeah.
It's actually funnier, especially like that series of movies kind of give you more of like a James Bond feel now.
Yeah.
It's like but it's just. Kind of like you said, teetering the line of like James Bond and Austin Powers.
Right. Like if you can't take silly things and make them serious and give them consequence, we would not be here talking about comic books.
Yeah, that's
and the
right.
Yeah.
And let's talk about one thing specifically in those movies that kind of like just tops it all is the fight scenes in those movies are just like piggyback off of not being too absurd. This is obviously like an absurd movie.
Sure.
But you can take it serious as well. But the fight scenes are not to the point where it's like, oh my god, this is funny fighting. No, this is like the church scene in the first movie, amazing. But it like take it seriously. I can completely take it seriously. Comic books in general, all the fight scenes in general, all like taken seriously.
Yeah.
All of them really good fights ever since Blade.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Ever since Blade, if anything that if you can't take anything else serious in these movies, fight scenes specifically,
Absolutely.
they put a lot of work in it.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue into another one this might be my most hyped movie of 2020.
I can't guess.
Right, yeah. No Time to Die.
Right.
The Bond 25. Bond 25. Fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Come
That's
a long
awesome.
way, guys.
Yeah, we have since 1962.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the point I'll bring to people too, is that like, Talking Pictures came out in like the 30s, let's say 20s.
Yeah, with the
right?
talkies.
Right. So there's like maybe 30 years of cinema that there wasn't a Bond.
That's true.
And then everything else after that there is.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just can't.
Good point.
You just can't like discredit the impact it's had on movies in
Well,
general.
they had Bond and they had Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Well,
for,
and
for
don't forget
TV.
Godzilla.
Sure.
Godzilla was.
That's fair. Yeah.
There's more
Well, if we're talking
Godzillas
about
than
like
Bonds, aren't there?
if we're talking about Bond,
that's a good question.
I think so, but we're talking about like BBC in general. You have,
Sure.
You have those two things that are just real popular, but also have Godzilla. We're talking about this is like at least a few more properties, just kind of like the longest running things. that
Well,
you can
Bond
bring-
is the longest running film franchise of all time. That's as far as like
Godzilla's-
sequels.
Godzilla started in 55.
yeah, like the kaiju movies.
54.
54?
Sure. Oh well, yeah. No, I'm on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
internet.
But
right?
would you say was it Godzilla or was it just kaiju?
No,
movies?
Godzilla was the first one.
Okay.
So apparently there are
Godzilla was the
33
first.
Godzilla movies. So yeah, okay, I stand corrected.
If you guys want to see
Oh,
some
they come
really,
out with one like every year.
Right.
yeah, and we just never see them because like we only see a few of them that make it over from
Sure,
Japan
yeah.
or the ones that are produced here.
Oh, the ones that we make here, yes.
If you guys want to watch some legit good old kaiju TV show stuff, check out Ultra Q.
I thought you were about to say Ultraman. Which
It's the predecessor to Ultraman. Like it's the same universe.
Oh shit.
It's like
Ultraman
X Files.
Ultraman is dope.
Nice.
Dude, Ultraman's
Have you watched the Netflix?
yeah. No, I started it, but like on my jacket that I've got in here, I've got the Space Patrol or Science Patrol pin.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It's got the actual antenna that comes out.
But No Time to Die.
Right. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So
Might.
right. So I like Craig's Bond. I'm glad that this is like his last one officially though. There's a very like small window I think where an actor can play Bond. He's kind of like Batman or Superman that you're perpetually like 35, right?
You got
Yeah.
like what 2 or 3 movies in you.
It just depends. Well, I mean, Roger Moore made a lot.
Yeah.
He has made the most amount of Bond movies, but Craig has been Bond the longest period of time, which is mind-blowing.
Interesting. I did not
Yes,
know that.
but has
was the
only
first-
made like 5 movies. Or
What was
something.
his first movie?
Casino Royale is like 05.
That was 05.
God, I had no idea.
It's been like 15 years. It's been
Whoa.
so
we were
fucking
we
long
were all like
time.
elementary, middle school in that movie.
Yeah.
No, high school. I graduated
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
07.
you know,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
in
yeah.
2005.
I was-
I was in
yeah.
middle school in 2005.
Nah.
I was
You guys are
a
younger.
sophomore
You guys are
in
older
high
than
school.
me.
So I'm glad to see him kind of right off into the sunset. At least I hope. Now I did not like Spectre, the previous one to this.
Yeah.
So my expectations are a little bit lower, but they've changed directors. Kerry Fukushihara. I'm gonna have to learn how to say that guy's name at some point.
Fukunaga.
There we go. Yeah, sounds right.
I wrote notes.
Literally added like 5.
Fukunaga.
Fukunaga.
But he did True Detective season
And
1.
Sin Nombre.
Yes, yeah. And if you just look at photos of him on set, this dude could be Bond, like by himself. Like he almost looks more like Bond
Then Bond.
than Craig standing next to him. And the little short stuff they put out has looked really like gritty because a lot of it seems to take place like on Jamaica, and so it's Bond is retired at the beginning because
Right.
it's a fucking Daniel Craig movie, and of course that's the point I was getting at is that once Bond the actor starts to actually age, you have to somewhat acknowledge that in the movies. But
Right.
because he has been Bond for so long, the past 3 movies, the whole premise has been like, okay, so Bond is old.
Yeah.
Right? And like, it's,
gonna get him this time.
Yeah, and it's teaching an old dog new tricks type stuff. And just like, I'm ready for that to be out the window.
Right.
Give me an
that
actual like
premise has been
35-year-old
beaten
Bond.
We already did this with
Yes.
Timothy Dalton.
My favorite Bond.
He's good.
Yeah, but again, that's Bond goes rogue,
Yeah.
right? Which literally every Craig movie since Casino Royale is Bond going rogue.
Cool.
Not really following. And I don't know about y'all, but
That's
I don't
kinda
get
Craig's
paid if I don't
thing,
show
though.
up to do my job.
Yeah, right.
Right. I just want Bond to do his fucking job.
Right.
Like the opening scene. The opening scene is him finishing a mission. He goes into M's office. He gets a new mission. He goes on it. World traveling adventure. He gets the
Right.
girl. Credits.
Right.
Maybe on a boat. And with like a pun.
If we're
a pun
lucky.
at the end. Yeah. Ending a Bond movie with Bond on a boat with a girl always works.
Right.
Always, always, always.
But
It's
was that
never bad.
really like Craig's like Bond though?
What do you mean?
Was that really like the way he carried himself
As in,
as Bond though?
Good
Like,
question.
I like his Bond.
But he was always. It seems like Craig was kind of a different Bond. Remember,
Oh,
like his
sure,
first
he's
scene was
more
like
cold.
just asked him
Yes.
about his martini. He's like I give a damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
really-
yeah, but that was, after
that was-
he's has like, didn't he already like have to bring his own heart back at that point, like with the shot
right.
pad thing
Yeah,
in the car?
but
Like,
even then, old Bond would definitely still take that martini,
sure, and he drank
That would
it.
be the joke.
He
That would be
drank
the
it.
ending of the
and
scene.
that would have been a joke.
Yeah.
But that was also the joke in that one. It was like I don't give a damn
Right.
about this.
Yeah.
fucking martini.
shaken or stirred.
We don't
do
do
I look
that
like
anymore.
I give a damn?
We don't do that anymore. I do my.
And they
stunts.
actually acknowledge that in Skyfall, when Q is giving Bond his gadgets or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a gun that reads his fingerprint, so only he can operate it.
Right.
And a little
Just an
radio that
amazing
fits
idea.
into his shoe, right? So it's a gun and a radio, and he's like, not
get
exactly
smart.
Christmas, right?
Right.
And Q says, like, were you expecting an exploding pin? We don't really go for that anymore. And like they're talking directly to the
Right.
audience at that point.
Alan Cummings
I love
over
when
there
they
just
do that.
weeping.
I love when they do that. Break the fourth wall.
But I'm
Right.
excited about it. Rami Malek is the villain.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That sounds great. And from what I can tell, it looks like they might be doing Dr. No, but with like a slight twist on it.
Okay.
So,
Your Dr. No is a reoccurring.
no, but
villain.
it just the whole like Rami Malek is playing like a rogue scientist that has like a new technology that could threaten
Oh,
the
he'd be
world.
perfect as a Bond villain.
Totally.
Period.
Totally.
though.
He
He
looks
looks.
great.
And it's not even saying like anything to be mean, but he looks like he would be just perfect for
Yeah.
that role. If anything,
It's like, I
else-
don't mean to insult the man, but he looks evil.
Yeah.
You look like you could be a megalomaniac
Right.
that could take over the world.
Stay away from my children.
It was like the guy
But no,
that
I'm
was
excited
playing
about it.
Damian Wayne in Arrow in the last few seasons.
Damian Wayne was in Arrow,
I need to catch up.
like Son of Batman.
Well, he went by a different.
Fucking CW.
It's it was the true successor to being Ra's al Ghul. His name, he went by
Oh.
Damien, but it was like a different last name. But when I looked it up at the time, it was Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That sucks.
but
Just
the
make
guy
him Damian.
playing him in that, like that guy is always like playing some type of evil character. If you you look him up, you
Yeah.
look at
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You're just a bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Do y'all have anything to say about No Time to Die?
You have said it all.
Right. Yeah. About
If
right.
you want, I'll go with you to go see it if you want.
Yeah.
I'll totally
Bring it. Yeah. I'm going to. So,
Yes,
and
of
again,
course.
it like just visually it looks stunning, and it does look like this is going to have a lot of Felix Leiter in it too, which I really
cool.
I like those where
Yeah.
he has to team up with Felix. And
Buddy
stuff.
cop.
So yeah, just do that. Oh, and there's a female 007 in this. Have y'all seen that?
That the one with
I
the
heard
black
they were.
one?
Yes.
I heard they were doing that. I didn't realize Craig was still going to be in the one she was in.
Yes, because 007 is just a number.
Well, I knew that. Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I
right.
just
So why
thought
don't
that
they give her?
They were doing it.
So
differently.
is she going to take up the mantle?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
And I honestly don't think I don't know how that would work with Bond fans.
I mean,
it
the
wouldn't be a
Who-
Bond movie at that point.
Doctor Who,
Did it?
they made a female.
Sure,
Doctor
but this,
Who.
but
it
that's,
worked?
But he always
that's
wanted
a,
to be a
like
woman,
that's
though.
an alien though, right?
Yeah.
And like the Craig movies have gone out of their way to be like, no, Bond is a person. Like
Oh,
this,
really?
this is his house that he grew up in.
yes.
These are his parents'
But-
graves.
But she can still take the number, right? Not
She
call herself
could,
James
but then
Bond.
it's not a
But
Bond movie.
Sure.
It's a whatever her name
point,
is.
yeah.
movie.
But my point
yeah.
with that is, it doesn't matter who plays Doctor Who.
Yeah.
At the end of every season,
Agreed.
at the beginning of every season, it could be anybody. That's why I
Yeah.
said like now it's
Agreed.
a woman because.
But that does not work for all characters.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think Bond is one of those, especially post Daniel
I agree
Craig.
with that,
And-
but I'm just saying it's like
because I've made the
a lot
argument
of people
for
were
a while
outraged
that,
with the female Doctor
Yeah.
Who.
yes, well, the same thing you could say with Idris Elba, right? Like Idris Elba has the charisma to be a Bond, right?
But they could just have him be like a different agent.
That's
altogether.
exactly.
I remember us having this
took the words
conversation.
right out of my fucking. Yeah,
He'd be like a completely different.
this
agent.
world is big enough. Like, give me a 006 movie. Give me a 009 movie.
They made a whole
Just
another,
hook it to my
like,
veins.
Right? Yeah.
They made a fourth
And then do a
Men in
team-up.
Black movie, international. It was terrible from
Sure.
what I hear, but at the end of the day, it's like this
This
agency
world is big enough. Yeah, exactly.
This is a world about aliens.
Exactly.
So it's not going to be one agency.
There
so I
was,
can understand that.
I think it's either Spectre or Skyfall, where like Bond takes some car that he's not supposed to take, right? And
James
like,
Bond?
I know, right? Well, he's going rogue.
Oh.
This time it's personal. Okay,
You can have my badge, but I'm keeping my gun.
oh god.
The way James Bond
Unfortunately,
talks.
it's so yeah.
Gator
unfortunately,
needs
it's
his
so true.
gat, bitch.
Right? Gator needs his gat. Wow.
love
But
that movie.
Q like shows up and says like, oh, 009's like gonna be mad that his car was stolen, right? You give me a post-credit scene at the end. This Idris Elba walking into MI6 being like,
that will
and, like,
satisfy
trying to like
people
click his
enough.
car, and there's not,
That's
and then
really
he's
good,
009,
yeah.
right? Like, just go with it.
You can do that in the movie.
Exactly.
You don't even have to wait till the end of the
Yeah,
credits.
you could. Yeah,
He's
It
like got his
feels-
salad
it
in the
feels
plastic
like a
bowl that he got
stinger.
from the commissary. Just like,
spoon feed them.
yeah.
Was it fucking Bond?
Do you understand how many people will come to the movie specifically just to see
right,
him? in it?
right.
Yeah.
yeah. That
Probably
bastard.
probably not enough to make it $1 billion movie, but
I don't know,
will
it is
spike
interesting.
I mean,
the-
I think Skyfall made that kind of money. Skyfall made a fuck ton of money when it came
Yeah?
out.
Oh man, I don't doubt it. It's a Bond film.
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
It was a change of Bond. Though.
Yep.
It was a completely different change.
So I don't know. I'm excited.
People
That's probably my
getting
most hype
sick
of
of
2020.
seeing
Right.
Yeah.
the Playboy.
Okay, and we kind of already have a good transition for this too, as we were kind of talking about this character before. Godzilla vs. Kong. So that movie will be coming out in 2020.
They've already made that movie. They did. It was called Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Oh,
Yeah, it was the third Godzilla movie ever made.
okay.
The first one was Godzilla, then it was Godzilla Raids Again, and then it was Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Godzilla raids again.
I've not watched it. I've not watched it or Godzilla vs. King Kong. I've watched literally all of the others.
But I mean, they remade when Godzilla with
But don't talk about the Matthew Broderick one.
no,
Oh,
not that one.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
That never existed.
I just
Right.
rewatched
You're
it.
talking about the one with the bait and switch with Robert Cranston.
Oh, totally.
Dude,
God,
that
those
trailer was so
trailers.
fucking
Yeah.
good.
It was
And the
great,
movie
but he
was
only died like in
meh.
the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch the movie because I didn't want
Oh,
to
yeah.
ruin the
Oh,
trailer.
no.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it was a bait and switch.
Yeah.
He was not in that movie.
No, not at all.
They
It was
only-
an Aaron Taylor Johnson movie.
Just because
yeah.
it
and
was coming riding
Scarlet
high.
Witch. What's her? What's her?
Emily Olsen,
There we go. Okay.
the Olsen twins' little sister.
I always forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're right.
No, yeah, they totally bait and switched it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's gonna be in the movie just riding high off
Yeah,
Breaking Bad fame, and then he dies in the first 15 minutes,
man.
just like his mom did.
So I guess I haven't seen all of them, but I thought I had.
Right.
And then I'd
But-
forgotten that I didn't watch that one because I
Did you
watched the
see-
trailer a million times.
But they've done
Did you see King of
kaiju-
Monsters?
No, we were going to go see that. We never got around to it, but I plan to. I've
good.
seen all the ones that have come out prior
good.
to that, except
Yeah.
for...
I'm
Yeah.
cool with them like expanding this
Yeah,
universe
sure,
or whatever
whatever,
and doing
They've done
this.
the
yeah.
kaiju battles.
Yeah.
This is a big part of the
Yeah.
whole
Dude, my
kaiju
favorite
That's the whole
one
thing,
is
basically.
Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. Because it's like... No, they're really good.
You
they're like
California
goofy.
liberal.
Yeah, right.
Like,
um,
we need to talk about the real problem, okay?
well, I mean, listen, none of them are going to get as real as the first Godzilla.
yeah, that's fair. That's
like,
fair.
god damn.
Yeah, I can't believe I watched that as a kid.
It's so
And,
good,
yeah,
though,
it is
man.
really good.
You seen it? First
Not the
Godzilla?
first, not the very first one.
It's heavy, man.
It
like, it's
takes on
genuinely
the,
very
Hiroshima
good.
and
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Nagasaki
that's pretty
bombs,
much
like,
how
head
that's how Godzilla came
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, it's a post-atomic fear.
Yeah,
you know?
so they sort of retconned it like to make it so that the radiation made him grow.
Mm-hmm.
In the original, he is just an ancient sea monster that gets awakened by the bomb.
Right.
And so a scientist comes up with a weapon that can essentially weaponize all the oxygen molecules in a given area of water
Right.
and kill everything there. Right, and it's more powerful than the atomic bomb, which destroyed, his hometown and killed all his family and left him with one eye. And he has a way to save everyone in Japan from this horrifying monster, but he has to tackle, and he's not even the main character, but he has to wrestle with himself. Does he reveal to the world that he's got something more destructive than what took away his life?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really fucking good, dude.
And all he needs is Perry Mason to come along. And,
Right.
And show him the way.
That's what I love about like Asian cinema, is they have so many different characters, but it's not oversaturated at all.
Well, that
Fair.
was the one that was released by the same studio just before they released Seven Samurai.
Oh, shit.
That was like literally
Wow.
back-to-back releases from the same studio. And they were about to tank.
Amazing. I
That's
did not know that. Yeah.
That's some big projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To tank.
Yeah, I don't think Kurosawa was at all attached to Godzilla.
Okay.
But he was working basically in tandem, or like alongside whoever was working with Godzilla in the same studio.
Sweet.
Or production house or whatever.
Back to the point, that's going to be a good movie.
I agree. I'm looking for...
They've done really good stuff with it, like thus far.
I heard Skull Island was great.
Yes, it is good.
I didn't watch it,
And
but I
again,
heard
like,
it was
what's
good.
your expectations going into it? Like,
But I
does
didn't know-
Godzilla fight a big fucking monster? Okay,
Yeah, but like,
cool.
But
Like,
that's
do
the
those
thing.
things-
Is like, so people like that. There's so much more to Godzilla than that. Even.
Yes.
There are terrible Godzilla movies. God,
Yes.
Jesus, some of them are slogfest, even with the silly fights. But like, yeah,
Slog
watching
or
the
slog.
monster is great.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even in the early and to the middle stuff of Godzilla, there is actual substance. So I kind of want that too. Like
That's why I
we
don't-
can do it. Why aren't we doing it?
That's why I don't
Let's
like
see.
when they take away substance out of good things. Just anything.
the plot description is just, as the gigantic Kong meets the unstoppable Godzilla, the world watches to see which one of them will become king of the monsters.
Whoever wins, we lose.
Yeah, pretty much. You
Sure.
are at that point. You can be king of the monsters. You're just king of the world at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing we
With
can do.
no-
That doesn't mean they won't do a good job with that plot, because it's all about the character interaction
Sure.
at that point.
Sure.
But like even in Godzilla versus Frankenstein, right? That sounds like it's going to be silly. There is one scene in it that reminds me of like possibly the best scene in Jaws, where like the father and son are eating, and you can just see wordlessly like the little boy is just mimicking what his dad does in Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
And it's such a
When
good
he has,
scene,
like,
'cause
his
it's just-
hands on his head
Right.
and then like rubs his face. I
It's
know
like
exactly
that
what you're talking
personal
about.
touch, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the character interaction. And there's one scene in the
I can't believe, though, that you...
Godzilla versus Frankenstein movie where like two of the characters are just cooking together,
Sure.
and it's
Well, there's
so
still small things that
good,
matter.
man.
No, it's small things that matter. I like movies.
exactly.
I like movies where not a lot of the stuff happens, but a lot of sub.
Character moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies, Breakfast Club.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Not a lot of stuff happens in that movie.
True.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff happens in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very simple thing to say, but
Right.
it's not like a big production where
Literally
they're going
anyone
across the
hearing you
world.
say that knows exactly what you mean.
Sure.
Right.
They've seen the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's
Yeah.
seen the movie.
It's a great movie because not a lot of stuff. Even like Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy production. Most of the movie shot from the apartment complex and
Right.
maybe like a few other places.
Mickey Rooney being racist.
Yeah.
It's like the worst.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
worst
it's really
depiction
bad.
of an Asian.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
And that movie is nowhere on the book.
Oh,
But anyways,
God,
yeah.
no, like no
Yeah.
way.
The neighbor, the male neighbor that's the love interest in the movie is very clearly gay. in the
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Right.
Very clearly. And they turn him into this like red meat, like all American. And
Magic of cinema.
the best scene in Jaws is the part where Quinn is talking about the boat going down.
That is a good one. That's a damn fine scene.
Right?
Damn fine scene, yeah.
You know he's legitimately drunk in that scene, and they had
I've
to
heard
keep
that.
and they had to keep doing it over because
I've
he was
heard
just
that.
so like sloshed. Yeah. Also, tying back in, Bond henchman. He was a Bond henchman in From Russia with Love.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is my favorite Bond movie.
That's a really good one.
It's a great one. Okay, moving along. Dune.
I don't know anything about this one.
No, nothing.
Dune is what, futuristic?
Yes. Okay. So
The
have y'all
spice
seen
was
the old?
low.
Have y'all
Of
seen?
course.
Okay. All right. Great. Just making sure we're on the same page there.
I've seen both the old ones.
Yes. Which do you prefer, the miniseries or the movie?
I mean, that's a Sophie's choice right there, man.
Okay.
That's terrible. They're both not very good.
Yeah.
One is one's more faithful, but it's also
yes.
more boring.
That's fair. Yeah, the miniseries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a great idea to go ahead and remake this because the coming to Dune from a modern context, the graphics are just really bad, and it's hard for me to get around some of that in the movie. So I'm excited about it, and also it's got one of my favorite directors currently working on it is Denis Villeneuve. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he did Blade Runner 2049,
Oh, okay.
and he did Arrival.
Oh, cool.
Have you seen Arrival?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
Dude, so good. So good. So, yeah, count me down as excited about that.
Hell yeah.
And I think he turned down one of the Star Wars movies to make that. Or no, wait, no, that was the first one. No, okay. David Lynch turned down making Return of the Jedi to make the first Dune movie.
Well, I actually would say thank God for that. Because David Lynch is a fantastic director, but one of the best takes I've ever heard on the original Dune movie was it was a sci-fi movie directed by a man who hates science fiction.
That's depressing.
But it's true, though. He likes absurdity.
Yes.
He likes to get out of reality, but he doesn't do science fiction.
Yeah. But the cast looks great. Oscar Isaac, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem.
Oh, nice.
One of the
Dave
Skarsgårds.
Batista's really been doing his thing.
Dude, he's fucking awesome. I love Batista.
great.
Yeah, love Batista. So yeah, count me as excited for that one. Now the last three I have are shows that are coming to the Disney Plus app. So we're kind of making the circle smaller here.
Yeah.
Clone Wars season 7.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did y'all get into the Clone Wars?
Hearing that I
first?
need to.
The cartoon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Is
did
it the
get
3D
into
one?
it.
Yes. The animation I'm not big on, to be honest with you, and that was my biggest barrier to entry with it. I like the animation for Rebels a lot better.
Which one?
And I just like Rebels.
So which one was
better in
CGI
general.
and which one was just like actual cartoon animation?
All right, you're thinking there was a Clone Wars series that was cartoon animation,
Like early
made by
2000s.
Genndy Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, but it's not canon, and it doesn't really tie in. It came out before the actual movie, I think. So like, it's kind of its own thing.
Right.
Now the 3D one is the one that is canon, and like, do y'all know who like Dave Filoni is? Does that name ring a bell? He's basically the main like brain trust for Star Wars at this point. Like,
Okay.
if you need a question, like if you're Bob Iger and you need to know like what's actually canon in Star Wars, you go to Dave Filoni.
Interesting.
And once y'all start watching The Mandalorian, his name is all over it. Like he directs one of the episodes. He produced the Clone Wars series and Rebels, and like when Kathleen Kennedy eventually steps down from Lucasfilm. If I was a betting man, it's going to be Dave Filoni.
Right.
That's going to
he's
be running that.
take over.
Yeah, yeah. So count me as excited because they never addressed the Siege of Mandalore. So, and they kind of talk about that in The Mandalorian, of course, and then in some of the Clone Wars episodes. So,
Right.
I think we're going to actually finally get that.
Sure. Get some answers.
Yes, yeah. So count me as excited for that. While we're on it, Mandalorian Season 2.
Right.
Can't fucking wait. I can't really talk about that much of it
Is
right
that
now.
going to
because
drop in 2020?
Yeah, fall of
Wow.
2020.
Wow. They must have filmed all at the same time.
I don't
Or
think
at least
so.
in
Or
like a
they're-
staggered
or they're-
release.
You know, they're probably filming while it was being released. They're probably working
Maybe,
on it
yeah.
currently.
And if it's just 8 episodes like the first one, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
can kind of get that
I didn't
together.
realize it was
I don't know
only
if
8
it,
episodes.
if it gets big, I mean, their budget is huge regardless.
Sure, it's
I
fucking
mean,
Disney.
The
Like, they
first
can do-
season might just be 8 episodes, and they might surprise you with like a
Yes.
10, 13 episode season.
Yes.
Did y'all know that Apple could buy Disney with cash?
Oh, God.
That's how much money Apple has.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Some kind of way.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, and
Disney
just
paid.
hope that
Scary.
does- I just
Right?
hope that doesn't happen because
I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
Right.
they already
Opinion redacted.
Right.
they already give you lackluster technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
Oh,
iPhone was made
hey.
with publicly available parts.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Patents and
Capitalism, baby.
plans. Preach into the choir.
Right. But no, there's a character that they introduce at the end of Mandalorian season 1 that I believe they're setting up to be the big bad
Gotcha.
of season 2. And slight small spoiler, but not really. If you haven't seen the Clone Wars series, it may not even mean that much to you. Do you know what a dark saber is? So dark saber is this. It is a lightsaber, but it looks like a katana, and it's this. It's got a black glow to it and a very like low hum, and it is the lightsaber of the first, and as far as we know, only Mandalorian to become a Jedi.
Interesting.
Yes, and so it's kind of their Excalibur. Whoever wields Darksaber is supposed to be the rightful ruler of Mandalore. And this
like that idea.
Yes, this person that is clearly going to be the big bad of season 2 is revealed to have the Darksaber at the very end of season 1. So,
Cool.
yeah, that sounds fucking awesome.
I like that
nice.
idea
Yeah.
because it gives you something new.
Yeah, totally. Well, they
Well, not
introduced
new,
it
it's old, but
Yeah, but again, it's Dave Filoni being like, hey, we're going to reference back to the
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that we did before, and it's great.
I
Can't
just
wait.
want more KOTOR.
That's going to happen.
give them canon, but things that you don't know that's canon.
So this isn't really a spoiler, and I haven't even seen Rise of Skywalker yet, but I know this. Revan is now canon. So
My little nerd heart.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing that. That they're gonna go back and what I have seen is Keanu Reeves rumored as Revan, and like just take all my money at that point, like whatever
Which
I need to
one's Revan?
pay. Revan.
Wait, did you
ever
play
play the
KOTOR?
KOTOR games, the Knights of the Old Republic?
I played a little bit.
So
I really got into it.
It's
What do we say?
5,000 years.
Well, what do we say?
I can say this.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's 5,000 years before New Hope.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and Revan and Malik, is that his apprentice's
Yeah,
name
yeah.
or whatever?
Darth
are
Malik.
Jedi at first,
Right.
And they go off to fight the Mandalorian Wars because at this point, like, the Mandalorians kind of have like this warrior culture, right? Like Viking or something like that, and they're expanding out and conquering, and the New Republic needs to put the kibosh on that, right? So they're sent by the Jedi Council to like basically the edge of the known universe, and they fight this Mandalorian Wars, and no one really knows like what happens to them. But when he comes back, he is a Sith Lord.
Only one of them comes back.
Revan, right? Or does Malik come back?
No, Malik returns, right?
Okay.
Or no, they return
Revan
together.
lives.
No, they return
Post-
together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because this is kind of where the Rule of Two starts.
Right. Yes. No, they come back together from their trips into
And they're
unknown
both
space, right?
They're
But
both
then-
Sith at this point, or at
Right.
least Dark Jedi.
Right.
Okay.
And then at one point in a battle, Malik emerges victorious and becomes the stronger of
Yes.
the two, and
He is now the
no
master.
one knows what happened to Revan,
Right.
and that's where the game starts.
But he eventually gets a redemption story and stuff too, and he's just a really interesting character that can go like in a way that Anakin goes from like
Yeah.
light to dark to light again, kind of.
Yeah.
Revan is kind of the same thing, and to me, if you want to do that, like it's such a good idea to go backwards, I think, in Star Wars, and especially that large of a gap, because then there's no like, but what are the Skywalkers doing, and like where's like any of the where's Chewie?
Yeah,
You
under
know?
a moon.
That's
I know it's
Yeah.
not canon anymore.
fine. That's fine. So yeah, count me as excited about that.
Yeah, it should be
And
awesome.
then Falcon
watch
and
it.
Winter Soldier is gonna drop in 2020
yeah.
as well. So
Cool.
that sounds good.
I'm down with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
But he's not gonna be.
into it.
He's gonna be Captain America though. He's not gonna be Falcon.
They're still sticking with that title, so I don't know.
But I mean,
Could
he's
be another bait and switch.
yeah,
Talk
but
about a lot of them.
he's definitely not Falcon anymore at that
Right.
point. He's definitely Captain.
I guess it depends on when it takes place, or I don't know. I don't know that many details about the actual like production or anything.
It's just weird. So I
And
don't
it's-
know. It'd be weird
that's-
for it to be like pre
In game or
yeah
something,
pre
right?
any of that,
Right.
Because I mean they definitely did not have a relationship.
No.
I mean like when.
But to be honest with you, of the Marvel shows that they have announced that they're even going to do for Disney Plus, Falcon and Winter Soldier is not one that I'm like super excited for. I really like the idea of WandaVision. That sounds great.
Yeah.
That's
I
2021.
love that.
That's a
idea.
great idea.
Same. What If might be what I am most excited for.
Yeah.
The cartoon series.
Yeah.
That's 2021 as well.
Dude,
Didn't
that's
we-
exactly
Yeah,
what
so
I'll
good.
put my check mark next
It's so
to.
good.
Didn't
Yeah.
we have like? Wasn't that like an
We talked
idea
about
of
that.
yours?
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
literally an idea of yours,
Right. Yeah. Because it's obvious.
That's a completely
Yeah.
obvious idea.
Yeah.
That
Moon Knight.
somebody has to scream it out.
Fucking Moon Knight. I can't wait for a Moon Knight show.
It needs to happen.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more excited for all of those than I am like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just feel
Yeah.
like we've seen some of their stories where those other ones are new and exciting and shiny.
Yeah.
And you want to play with it.
What I want to believe is that these characters who have less cachet and that they're not as easily recognizable by non-comic book fans is that we'll finally get and this is not really a slam on the other movies, but it's like I want to get consequences. I want to go in and not know who's going to come out.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And like
That, because Tom Holland has signed on to make Spider-Man Homecoming
Yeah.
3, that
Right.
like nothing's going to happen
Yeah.
to him here.
yeah. And like that's it. It's fine. It's still going to be a good experience.
The
Sure.
advertisement
But, like-
was a big spoiler as well. So
I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Like Homecoming, after like Endgame. I don't think is Homecoming within that, or is it like before all of that?
Homecoming 2, you mean, or
Far From Home?
Far From Home. Far From Home is post Endgame. It's
So
the
it's
last
like
movie of Phase 3 or 4 or whatever.
They were
we just
advertising that movie like right
Yeah, it's kinda
before
fucking
Endgame.
stupid.
It was like, why
Yeah.
would you do that?
Right, and when you see,
So now
you
we
know,
truly
Mr.
know-
Stark, I don't feel so good. When you see him, like, you know,
You
fade
didn't
away.
even like nobody had to spoil the movie for me.
Right. It hit me in theaters, but
Disney
then, like,
did.
as soon as you're walking out, you're like, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's not really any consequences.
And I mean, like, I can't really complain about that because we read comic books.
Sure, and they bring
Like,
people back all the time.
Like, come on, yeah.
That's
You
my
know, the
argument every
Loki
time.
series is a great example, too, in that, like, his death actually did have consequences within the Endgame movie.
Right.
And more than likely, well, no, totally likely, he was not brought back because he wasn't killed from the snap.
Right.
Right? He was killed.
Yeah.
But the Loki's television series we're going to get is apparently the Loki that gets the Cosmic Cube again and starts, like, time hopping.
Yeah.
In Endgame, and that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our 2020 preview.
It's gonna be a banner year.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be amazing.
At the same time, though, that like there's not like especially a comic book movie that I'm like, I just can't fucking wait to see this. Like,
I feel like we've been kind of drained of that at this point. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have something's really big is going to come.
Just give me a super dinosaur movie.
super.
Well, I guess we're getting that with Godzilla vs.
right?
Kong. Yeah. Just give me my Ice Cream Man miniseries.
Nice creep, man. Wow.
Continue with the Planet
that's
of
a
the
deep cut.
Apes. We can continue with that. You want-
Yeah.
Do
right.
what?
Well, that guy's busy making Batman now. I will be excited about that one. And again, that's 2021
That's
as well.
true.
So
Right.
that's why it's
That's
not on
true.
our list too.
Right.
But,
But hey,
it's gonna be a good
we
year.
got
for
foresight.
Yeah. Foresight, and you also register and vote in 2020.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make sure you do that.
Yeah. There are real life supervillains out there. All right, do y'all have anything else to add to that?
No, I
What
think
are
we
y'all?
covered it.
I already said what I'm most hyped about for 2020. That's No Time to Die. Even though the title. Can we talk about the title real quick too?
It's very Bond.
It's so
It's like a
classically
blender.
Bond.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
like they
yeah.
just threw in all
Alexa, name me a Bond title.
It's like
like a Bond's predictive text.
Right. Just hits the
It's
middle
either
word.
Title.
it's either that was a Bond title
Mm-hmm.
or a what's his name? What's the guy with the ponytail and Aikido?
Steven
yeah.
Seagal?
Steven Seagal.
Sure.
It's either that or
Except it's
Steven
not
Seagal.
3 words. Then all the
Some
Steven
of his
Seagal
movies, some of his movies had like at least one more word in them.
No.
I feel like
My
one,
reality.
I feel
At
like
this time
one of
it's
his movies.
personal.
I feel like he's supposed to be coming out with a new movie with Ja Rule or something like that.
No,
And I
just
think
stop. Isn't he a cop in Louisiana somewhere?
I didn't remember he was still alive.
that was not real. I feel like that was.
I am shocked, Huey.
I feel like he was filming that for something.
Right? You can tell. That's crazy.
God, I hate that
Yeah,
name so much.
yeah, but no, the title sounds like one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. The Pierce Brosnan titles all start to run together to me. It's like, no time to die again
Yeah,
tomorrow
today.
forever.
Right.
Like, no, all right. So, what's y'all's most hype movie of 2020?
Oh
Boy.
my goodness.
I gotta say, I think my most hyped movie.
Sonic.
It had been Birds of Prey, and then
Oh, and
that
then we,
was
and then we
ripped
talked
Did we
about
crush
it.
it really? I'm sorry.
ripped. No, it's okay because now that
It's all preference.
That's cool.
If you
And-
go
and
watch
Rogue
it-
One
I've
is
been
excellent.
hurt. I will
Gotcha.
heal.
It's all preference. So if you go and watch and you love it, you can be
To
like,
quote,
"Fuck you guys."
quote
I
Ringo
love that
Starr,
movie.
time
Right.
wounds all heals.
Time wounds all heals. That's
Yeah.
true. Honestly, what if the Eternals pretty good?
Yeah, okay.
I think
Okay.
okay. My stamp's going on the Eternals.
All right. It is decided. Huey?
There's so much.
Bloodshot. Could
As
be.
far as impact.
Could be.
Yeah, as far as
I
impact,
don't know,
there's an
man.
argument for that one.
I've just been kind
Maybe
of
Kingsman? You seemed really pumped for
Oh, yeah.
Kingsman
That
when we were
definitely-
talking about it.
Yeah, I think that definitely is the one thing that me and Karen have been talking about it. Like,
That's the
anytime
one
she
you like
sees
lit
it-
up for.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was like every other thing. I think I've just been drained of comic books after Endgame.
Yeah.
It's just been kind of drained. It was such a big thing.
Well,
everything before that, like everything,
Yes,
that
led
whole
to that.
year, it was been amazing. It was a great year for even for DC fans. It's been a great year for DC.
Oh, you hear that? Even throw us a bone. Even
I
for
know,
DC
right?
fans.
Stop it.
Ouch.
Even those second class citizens, they try.
Right.
They try. You know?
Please, may I have some more?
They try really
They
hard.
do great things.
Right. Batman, Superman's under the table eating the crumbs.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You got Joker and Wonder
That's fair.
Woman.
yeah.
You don't like Wonder Woman,
No,
but
I never saw Joker.
That's okay. You can be wrong.
I heard Joker was better.
I haven't
than
seen Joker
people
yet
thought
either.
it was going
Right.
to be. I mean, I don't know if it's that redeems it, but
It's a Taxi Driver remake.
yeah, I heard that. But I heard it was
That's
also,
great.
Yeah.
heard it was a great movie as well.
Yeah.
but I just heard it was a Taxi Driver
Yeah.
remake.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
But
great.
yeah,
take.
Kingsman. I just think that's going to be the thing that I'm just.
Ray Fiennes, Matthew Vaughn.
It's just going to be a great movie.
Sign me up. Yeah.
You don't even
Villains
have to try too
across
hard.
time.
Like I didn't actually think that the
Rasputin,
first movie was going to
Alan
be
Moore.
that good, but the first movie kind of blew me away. I saw
Agreed.
the second one,
Yeah, same.
and it was just like you can't go wrong with these movies.
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Well, I think that's all we got today. I have been your host, Carter Hutchison,
I've been your co-host Huey V.
And I've been your special guest, Nat Younts,
all the way from LA.
in person.
I love it. Love it. Till next time, kiddos. See y'all around the corner.
This has been a Grassroots Comics production. Da da da. So what's your story?
Well, some kind of silly cartoon.
You got a problem with cartoons?
Yeah,
And Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
and Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I've actually come around to that.
I think it's just funny.
Well,
It's great.
I think there's some movies that you're going
There's
to attribute to
nothing-
Christmas. It's
There's
just
nothing inherently Christmassy about It's a Wonderful Life. And that is like the Christmas movie
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to people.
was
It
actually
just takes place at Christmas.
It's actually
Yeah.
critically panned, wasn't it? It wasn't,
I don't know about
I think
that.
it was actually. I
It
think
wasn't-
you're
That's
right about
crazy.
that.
it wasn't
That's
even
crazy.
like a super popular movie when it came out.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
back to your
But
point,
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
it just takes place at Christmas. Like, you know, he learns that like life lesson or whatnot, right? But then like that's all it is that when he comes back, it's at Christmas.
You could easily say that like Harry Potter a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it got Christmas in them.
Like,
Yeah.
every point in every
Honor
movie.
Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah,
It's a Christmas movie,
yeah.
I
as far as I'm
sometimes
concerned.
I attribute Crybaby to Christmas
Never seen it.
because it's a Johnny Depp movie.
I know what it is.
It's-
Never seen it.
It's a great movie. You should watch it. Should watch it.
I don't know.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
Just to say you watched it.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it really that bad? You know,
Maybe we can ask the question one day. Is it really that bad?
it would come on every like Christmas Eve, and I watched it as a kid for at least about 5 or 6 years. So
Jameson and I watched Honor Majesty's Secret Service Christmas morning.
Oh, I saw the
Nice.
picture.
Yeah. Yeah. And he says Bond now. He says Auburn now too, by the way.
Nice.
Top one. Yeah. Decent right.
Kim is like all about Spider-Man,
Really?
and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Here for it.
Yeah. He'll say Spidey is like because of the Spectacular Spider-Man song. You know, So like he'll oh no. Oh, he's on the tree. That's right. I had an ornament, but he'll point to some of the Spider-Man and stuff around here and be like, It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's getting pretty good at it too.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Cool. Let's do this.
Try to get to a comfortable position where I don't make too much noise.
Yeah, right.